$2 billion grand prize on the line. We'll have those winning numbers for you on Channel 7 News at 10. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Tune into Morning Mayhem every Monday as Wally Hall tells it like it is. Presented by Capital Smokehouse and Grill, Little Rock's favorite go-to lunch spot.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Scattered showers the next few days, along with a cool down. Today, a 50% chance of off and on rain, a high of 82. Tomorrow, that high drops to 75 with an even better rain chance. Then sunny again by Friday and the weekend. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Looking for somewhere new downtown to hang out with all of your friends for football? Then there's only one place, and that's Little Rock's newest neighborhood sports bar, The Busker on South Main. The Busker features an upscale bar menu with great beer, wine, and cocktail selections, as well as weekday happy hours from 4 till 7 and late nights from 10 till close. So watch all your favorite college and NFL games on the Sunday Ticket this fall, where you won't miss a minute of the action on their big screen TVs. All this, including live music on the weekends, can only be found at The Busker on South Main.
Take your yard up to the next level with the Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA Tour caddy, and his landscape designs are inspired by some of the most beautiful golf courses around the world. Call Josh at 501-794-2770 for all of your landscaping needs. Flower beds a mess? Josh's crew can give your home the curb appeal you've always wanted. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping also installs French drains, retaining walls, and they'll even take care of your irrigation maintenance needs. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Call today, 501-794-2770.
Have you gone all summer long and you've had pain in your knees, your back, your hips, maybe even your shoulder? Well, why don't you try to get rid of that pain? Hey, everybody, it's RJ Hawk. I've been talking about QC Kinetics now for quite some time, and I've got friends, family members across the country that are using QC Kinetics right now, and it is changing their life. And the best part? No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. Think about that for a minute. And people are feeling like themselves again with no pain. QC Kinetics doesn't just mask the pain. These treatments go to the very root of the problem, using concentrated healing properties in your own body to go directly to those joints and restore and repair those damaged tissues. Listen, life is about motion, and QC Kinetics is giving people their lives back with these all-natural treatments. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Hey neighbors, come on down to Shamrock Roofing's ribbon cutting Friday, October 6th at the crossroads of Cantrell and Catillus, offering free impact-resistant roof upgrades for the next 30 days. Shamrock Roofing, where one call does it all. ShamrockRoofer.com.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See Shelter Agent Monica Reiners in North Little Rock, Larissa Kelley in Bryant, or Chris Allen in Stuttgart.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-449-8811. That's 1-800-449-8811. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-449-8811. That's 1-800-449-8811.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
It's Kayak Chaos at Arts Marine. Pick your perfect kayak from their large inventory and start exploring the natural state. Right now, get 20% off feel-free kayaks. We also slash prices on Moken 10 and Lure 10 kayaks. Your granddaddy trusted Arts Marine, so should you.
River Valley Tractor, your leading Kubota dealer of Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor is closer than you think. A company that cares for you is right around the corner. RiverValleyTractor.com. With 5 great locations to better serve you, visit River Valley Tractor in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, or Pine Bluff today, or find them at RiverValleyTractor.com. Work smarter, not harder with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, but a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. This dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks for the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryan, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's the type women wanna be within rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Put a rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and this crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line, and I've seen him at work when I like those.
All right, sorry, we would have come on earlier, but I was so fascinated by the moisture falling from the sky, I didn't know what to do with myself. So thank you for being with us today in the zone. Justin Acree, Wes Moore, and Christian Weaver. We're so glad to have you. Thanks for tuning in. We got a good show today. We've only got one guest that matters, though. Kevin Kelley. And by that, I mean we only have one guest today. It's got to be a new low, right? Pretty bad planning on our part. Joe Kleine is hanging out with the Pope over in Italy, and so he couldn't be with us today. I guess that's a good excuse. But damn, I'm excited about the rain. So good to see. Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Brought the Pope a chicken sandwich?
No, I doubt it. I don't think barbecue travels that well overseas. That's a long flight to be trying to carry over some chicken sandwiches. But you can go buy Corky's today and get $1 off chicken sandwiches. Bird is the word today. And of course, after 4, you can get a deal on chicken fried steak. Dine-in only. So there you go, Joe. You got your plug. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you got a nice blessing for your Corky's barbecue. Anyway, we are going to talk about college football. We're going to talk about pro football. We're going to talk about baseball. Last night, the Texas Rangers. Congratulations.
Yeah.
4-zip blanking on the road. They were in Toronto.
Tampa Bay,
okay.
A record low crowd.
In front of dozens of people.
The Twins beat Toronto.
That's what it was. I actually have some baseball numbers. You guys won't believe it. I did a little research this morning. Did you like that?
Yeah.
I would like it.
I'm going to share it with you. And we're going to talk about the Arkansas Ole Miss game. Don't worry. We're going to talk about what else is going on in college football this weekend. I got some numbers I pulled. The Missouri LSU series is kind of interesting. And oh my God, Missouri's quarterback is going crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know he's already set an SEC record this year?
No. For what?
Most passes without an interception. 300 and something he's thrown without throwing a pick.
That's impressive.
Yeah, should we do a question of the day later in the week? Does he throw a pick or not?
Against that defense?
Would you throw a pick against that defense? Probably not. Texas, their win snapped a 6-game postseason losing streak. That seems like a lot, right?
It'd been a while. It had been a while.
You know, the Twins broke their 18-game losing streak.
Thank you very much, Thunder Stealer. I have a whole list of things I was going to go through, but I was going to say that ain't crap comparatively because the Twins had an 18-game losing streak. Apparently, Christian already heard. Yeah. Can you believe it? It's the longest postseason losing streak in Major League Baseball or the NBA or the NFL or the NHL. It's the longest losing streak in the major sports. I don't know about soccer.
Was Torrey Hunter playing with them the last time they won a playoff game? No. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think Big Poppy may have still been there.
Yeah, he may not have been on the team because he wasn't even in the league yet. That's how long ago it was. The Brewers got a 3-run lead early, and the Diamondbacks came back and won 6-3. It's their first postseason win when trailing by 3+ runs in franchise history. Entering Tuesday, they were 0-14 when down 3 in postseason. Diamondbacks snapped a 7-game road postseason losing streak as well. It was their first such road game win since 2007. Entering Tuesday, it was the second longest active streak in the major league. So, anyway, a lot of streaks broken last night. And I will tell you this, I feel very petty about it, and I don't feel good about it. But I can't help myself. And I'm assuming you guys are the same way. When a team in your division, you know, everybody's like, oh, SEC, woo, SEC. But when a team in my division is playing in the postseason, I want them to lose bad. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but not enough bad things can happen to the Brewers. I hate the Brewers. So I was so happy they lost last night. And to lose after being up by 3, I love it. It made me so happy.
Why do you hate the Brewers? Because they're like historically not relevant at all.
They've been relevant in the last 10 years,
they have
though.
been the last 10 years, yes. But like
I had a run-in with a fat turd of a Milwaukee fan at a Cubs game several years ago, and I still hold a grudge.
Okay.
And I just think that's who Milwaukee is. That, to me, is a Milwaukeeite. With all due respect to Milwaukeeites listening everywhere. That's just, in my mind, that's who they are. They're fat, cheese-eating, beer-drinking slobs, and that's what this guy was, and he was a jackass, and then we wanted a walk-off home run. Ramos Ramirez hit a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 9th against their top reliever, and it was beautiful, and he couldn't say a word as he was walking out. It was wonderful. Turd.
Did you say anything to him?
No. In fact, this is a true story. He was already to the tunnel, and when Ramirez hit the home run, so the guy didn't even get a chance. I didn't get a chance to say anything because he was already walking out because he thought it was over. Like, it's over. You guys ain't going to get it off this guy. And I was thinking, yeah, he's probably right. And Cubs got a guy on. They got another guy on.
3-run home
Ramirez
run.
hit a home run. Anyway, it was great. So it's very petty, and it's very stupid for me to feel that way. But here's the thing about that. I don't hate the Cardinals. I respect the Cardinals. The Cardinals are the premier.
Yeah, they're a great organization.
Yeah, organization. And really, in the National League, Dodgers and Cardinals, really?
Yeah.
So I can't hate the Cardinals. I respect them. I know they look down on the Cubs, and that's fine. I get it. You should. But I hate the Brewers. So I want to see them lose bad.
Big thanks to the Cardinals for giving up Jordan Montgomery in a trade to the Rangers. He was awesome yesterday. 7 shutout innings.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know they got some good prospects. It was good. They feel like it was a good trade, but that was huge for them, for the Rangers, because they were leaving guys on base left and right. I think they left 13 guys on base last night. And Tampa really almost handed that game to the Rangers with all the errors. They had 4 errors in the game. There was a wild pitch. There could have been more errors, that just plays that weren't made.
Can you imagine showing up to a baseball game, a postseason game, and having 19,000 people in the stands?
19,000.
Which means there were 17,000 in the stands.
And think about that for the visiting team, for the Rangers. You think about a playoff game, the intensity, how loud it is. It could be an intimidating place to play. And last night or yesterday afternoon, it's like a regular season game for them.
They're getting a new stadium here in a few years.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm sure that'll do a lot for them.
In St. Pete, they're going to move it to St. Pete. So
their stadium is terrible.
They had
it's indoors.
It's a baseball stadium. There's baseball teams playing postseason baseball. It shouldn't matter. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear about 3:00 in the afternoon. I don't care how crappy the stadium is. It's dumb.
Yeah, it should be filmed.
Come on.
But also, I do think it's dumb that Major League Baseball is playing playoff games at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well,
in the midweek.
But they made a great point. Like, the games are over at a reasonable hour. You shouldn't be. I hate the stuff that lasts till 11 o'clock at night on a weekday. We all have jobs. I don't have time to stay up till 11 o'clock watching a game I might be interested in.
Well, it's a great opportunity for them to televise all these games, and so baseball fans can just flip from game to game to game. If you start them all at night, you got to basically choose.
Rob Manfred was on TV today, and he was on the whatever the ESPN show is called with
Get Up Still?
No, the other one, not the one with Mike. The other one with Molly, the one that she hosts.
First Take?
First Take. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, he was on
The
First
one with Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, Stephen A. show. Anyway, so he was on First Take today, and he was talking, and they were commending him for starting the games early, and I agree. And then Mad Dog was like, he goes, "What's going on with this Tampa thing?" He's like, "Come on," and he goes, "And don't tell me it's a 3:00 start." And he's like, "You already took away my first answer." He's like, "Thanks a lot," but I thought Manfred was really good on
For
there.
the first time ever.
Yeah, well, whatever. So, I mean, look, I think he's way better than Goodell, so I don't have an issue with him. Rangers and Rays today at 2:00 on ABC. Blue Jays Twins, ESPN 3:30. Diamondbacks Brewers, let's go Arizona, 6:00 on ESPN2. And the Marlins and the Phillies tonight at 7 on ESPN.
Everything's exact same as yesterday.
I'm not remotely intrigued by any of these games. Honestly, no offense. I'll root for your Rangers, though, Wes. I hope they win.
Do you have since the Cubs aren't in it, are you rooting for anyone in particular?
Yeah, the Astros. Good job. Thank you.
No. Maybe I want an ALCS Astros Rangers.
I think that
if we can get that even.
You can.
Okay.
If you don't have any team involved, the Orioles would probably be a good team because they're never that good.
I don't hate the Braves. I don't have an issue with the Braves. I wouldn't have a problem with them making it.
Did Kerstad make the postseason roster?
I don't know. I need to look that up.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, I mean, it'll get better once we get to the next round. But yeah, I hope your team advances, and I hope the Brewers lose. That's all I really got.
And Baltimore probably hasn't turned in a postseason roster yet since they're not playing. They won't have to do that until the.
Was he playing on the reg at the end of the season?
It's off and on, yeah.
I don't know why he wouldn't be on the roster then, right?
Just depends. Maybe they want to go with an extra pitcher and one less, player off the bench.
Well, that's got to hit home runs.
This is a projection, but the projection doesn't have him on the postseason roster.
Oh, that sucks. So, yeah, he'll still get a ring, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll root for the Orioles. Surely there are other.
They play if the Rangers win today. They'll play the Orioles next.
Let's go Orioles. You got any former Razorbacks on your team?
No.
Okay, well, that's our bud. Sucks for you. This weekend in the SEC, let's get back to football. Did you guys listen to Drive Time yesterday? Okay. I was listening to Drive Time yesterday. Randy Rainwater, I thought he might have been drinking. He lost his stuff yesterday. He was more pissed off about the lack of quarterback sneaks than I was, and I thought I was mad about it. He was furious. And look, you've lost Rick Schaefer.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost Middle America. You got problems, Arkansas. Rick Schaefer's just like, oh. I mean, you could tell, like, they are not optimistic. And Randy is furious. He's like, I don't care if you throw it 90 yards. I'd rather see that than what we're doing now. He was saying he was so mad, like he was about to start not making sense even more than usual. He was furious. It was awesome to hear, though. I was like, Randy is mad. This is great. And I'll try to remember when it was yesterday. I have to think about it. But anyway, it was funny as crap. And then Rick was like right there with him. I was like, Rick, you're usually the voice of like, oh, it's not so bad. Come on. If they went out, such and such could happen. He didn't say that. Anyway, this weekend we got games. Arkansas Ole Miss, obviously, 6:30 on the SEC network. Kentucky, Georgia. It's a good one. 6:00. Give Kentucky any shot at all?
Yes, I think Georgia's not as dominant as years past. Their offense is struggling.
14.5 points. You like Kentucky to catch a little over 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. Yeah, because Kentucky's defense is good.
Really good.
So I could see this being a low-scoring game, and you take that 14.5.
I started looking at the college football playoff today. It's to win the SEC. Maybe just the East even. Anyway, even if Georgia loses to Kentucky this weekend, they still have a better chance to win percentage-wise than Kentucky does.
Because of Kentucky's remaining schedule?
I guess. Anyway, other games this weekend, Western Michigan at Mississippi State. Alabama A&M, Vandy at Florida. What if Vandy upsets Florida? Did they fire the Napier if Florida loses at home this weekend?
Has Vandy ever beat Florida?
Ever?
Is that a thing?
In the history of the schools? Shoot, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe when
Cutler?
Yeah, Cutler was there.
They were good a few years.
Did they ever beat Arkansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple things here from the playoff standpoint. The favorite to make the playoff is Ohio State at 54%, 18% to win the title. They're 4-0. Oklahoma, Texas this weekend. This is a huge game, obviously. Oklahoma is second to make the playoff at 53% and 16% to win the title. Texas, 50% to make the playoff, 14% to win the title. So this is basically, in ESPN's analytics mind, an elimination game for the playoff, right?
Yeah.
Even though these two could rematch at the end of the season in the Big 12 championship game, right?
Yeah.
And what do you do if they split?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Probably, well, it depends on what else happens, but there would be a chance they get left out.
I guess it depends if Texas loses now and wins the championship. I would think if they're the Big 12 champion, they would have a better shot, because if they win and then lose there, it'd be tougher, I think. Even though you do have an Alabama win on your resume. And if Alabama's a playoff team, that helps your cause for sure. Or if Alabama at least doesn't lose until the SEC championship game.
Riddle me this. If they do split and the other team doesn't lose, who would you go with? Even if it's, say, Oklahoma
the second
loses,
best Pac-12 team,
and then the Oklahoma. No, if it came down to it, let's say there's 3 teams undefeated, and then 4 and 5 would be Texas and Oklahoma.
Okay,
who would you go with? The team that wins the championship game, or the team that wins the first matchup?
You have to
go with the team that wins the championship.
I think you have to, because they put a lot of stock in that, even though it's a split, really, right? So I mean, but I think they're going to they would give the edge to the team that won at the end,
even if it's Oklahoma.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think.
Oklahoma's pretty filthy, by the way. Oklahoma, and again, their schedule maybe has not been the best. All due respect to Arkansas State. They're lucky they didn't have to play against Rainer. They would have scored some points at least. Oklahoma has the distinction of being the only team in the FBS that is top 5 in points per game and top 5 in defensive points per game. They're giving up 10.8 a game. They're 4th in the country. They're 3rd in the country in scoring at 47.4. But total defense, Texas actually has an edge, 17-30. In total defense. This is going to be a whale of a game. What time is that game kicked? Do you know?
No. Yeah, I do. It's 11 o'clock.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love a good early game.
Texas favored by 6.5.
That seems like a lot.
Vanderbilt beat Florida all the way back in 2022 last year. And actually, all time, Florida leads at 43-11. So Vanderbilt's won more often than I thought they had.
Here's a good one for you. Back to Texas, Oklahoma. The Texas-Oklahoma over-under is 61. That seems a lot for two good defenses. 61 over-under.
Well, the problem is they're probably both averaging over 40, so that's the issue there.
That's
But you're right. I agree. I think under that seems reasonable. 27-24 kind of game. 31-27. I'll buy that.
I got a list. Our guy, Brian Edwards, tweeted out, and I've saved these for you, and you may have seen them, but the best under teams so far this year, if you're betting over under, teams that are 5-0 going under, are Utah, Ohio, and Arizona. By the way, North Carolina State, Michigan, Akron, Arkansas State, SMU, they're 4-1. Texas is 4-1 going under. Teams going over, Arkansas is on this list. Arkansas is 4-1 against the over-under spread going over. LSU, Boston College are 5-0. Vandy is 5-0-1 going over. North Texas also undefeated, 4-0 going over. He also sends out the teams against the spread, 5-0 teams against the spread. Barry Odom's, UNLV. Rebels, 5-0. Oklahoma, 5-0. Penn State and Oregon are 5-0 against the spread.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon is the next team in the most likely list to make the playoff behind Texas, then Penn State, then Georgia, Florida State, Alabama, Washington, and Michigan down at 21%, which surprised me to make the playoff. Michigan has been absolutely dominant. I'm thinking about making it my lock of the week. They're just under 3-touchdown favorite to beat Minnesota, a team that has struggled this year. The thing about Michigan is they just don't give up any points to anybody. So if they score 28, they can beat you by 3 touchdowns pretty easily.
Well, I know they lost against the spread against UNLV.
Michigan did?
Yeah, because UNLV is 5-0.
The line must have been 40, though.
It was like 30-something.
Okay.
And it was like a 28-point game.
Well, they give up 7 points? And Michigan's given up like 5 points a game.
And then they've lost one other because they're not a 4-1 team against the spread. They must be 3-2 against
They
the
beat
spread.
UNLV 35-7, East Carolina 30-3, Bowling Green 31-6, Rutgers 31-7, and Nebraska 45-7.
Yeah, they're just not scoring enough points to cover the spread twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think that the game against Minnesota will be similar to Nebraska. It'll be like a 35-7 game or something like that.
Yep.
So,
I mean, are they giving up?
19.5 or 20.
Yeah.
Through 5 games, Michigan has allowed 30 total points.
Wow.
That's crazy. Good for them.
Although the schedule hasn't been too great. But
No.
You're dominating who you play.
Well, listen, it all comes down to the round robin with them and Penn State and Ohio State. It'll be fun to watch. And what happens when I mean, you got to hope if you're the commissioner that you don't all end up with one loss out of that, right? That they all beat each other.
The perfect triangle.
Yeah, it'd be awful. I mean, somebody's going to win both of their games, right?
You would think so.
I would
And
guess.
I would think even if one team, they all kind of feed off each other and lose once, I think one still gets in. Whoever wins the league.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting thing. I was looking at this at Oakland this morning. The league with the worst odds or the lowest odds to win the championship, you can get the whole league, is the Big Ten now. It's ahead of the SEC. So if you bet the Big Ten, you're going to get the worst odds to win the championship. So if you're still an SEC believer, now's probably the time to jump on it.
So you said on that list that Ohio State was the most likely to make it? Is that
Out of
what
the
you
Big
said?
Ten?
Yeah.
Yes. Ohio State, then Penn State, then Michigan.
I'm surprised it's not Michigan.
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
me too.
They must be playing the games. I don't know if they're playing at Penn State and at Ohio State.
I've
but-
got the futures
No,
wagers.
they've got Ohio State at Michigan. So
I've got the wagers right. Future odds from on Oakland right now. Ohio State's a 6.5-point favorite over Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
When Michigan plays Penn State at Penn State, Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite. When Michigan hosts Ohio State, they're a 3.5-point favorite. So Michigan's favored in the 2 games.
who else do they have? It can't be anybody good because they're playing other Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only 2 ranked teams that they play all year.
I don't know.
Penn
Ohio,
State and Ohio State.
Ohio State's favored in 1, underdog against Michigan.
Although
Penn State's an
Maryland-
underdog in both.
Yeah.
Maryland leads the league in scoring, I believe. I think their offense is really good, but that's it.
Strength of record so far is Texas leading the way, followed by Florida State, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Washington. Yeah, we're not talking enough probably about the Pac-12. It will be interesting. The funniest thing would be upon the demise of the Pac-12 is if a Pac-12 team went on and won a championship. It'd be hilarious.
Is that irony or coincidence?
That would be ironic, I think. If it's like you shut the league down, but you have a national championship. The Big Ten, by the way, has a 90% chance to send a team to the playoff, 19% chance to send multiple teams. The Big 12 is second with an 89% chance to send a team, but a 14% chance to win or to send multiple. The SEC is fourth on this list.
Yeah.
That's probably never happened before. Pac-12 is 71%, SEC is 62%, ACC 41%. There's no faith in Florida State at all.
No.
None. It's crazy to me. Now, they have a really hard schedule left. And then you have to win the championship game too, which the ACC doesn't have divisions anymore. So you're going to play
the second best team.
Right.
Probably Clemson again.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe Duke.
Duke's undefeated in conference. North Carolina, I believe, is undefeated in conference. There's one other one that's sort of an outlier that's undefeated in conference too. I was looking at that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it may not be what you expect, but I don't understand it. And they've got some tough games. But they've got, I think they're hard. Oh, they got Miami at the end of the season too. Miami's another one that's going to be.
Louisville's undefeated still.
Yeah, Louisville, again, I'm having a hard time buying them. They get
I don't
them.
really buy them either.
Their hardest games are at home, I think, for Florida State. They may have one tough road game left, but I don't know. They're finding a way. And then, again, USC's another team we should be talking about, but nobody is because their defense is suspect.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. Let me get Brent and Stuttgart in here, and then we'll take a break. Kevin Kelley coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, Red White Report as well. Kevin's brought to you by the Little Rock Athletic Club and the Red White Report by Big O Tires. If you want to join us today, come on, 661-1037. Brent knows the number, and you can hit us up on our Asher Record Live fan feedback through our Listen Live button or on our first nope, I almost have. It's been so long since I've done that. Southern Structural Solutions text line. Again, same number, 501-661-1037. Brent, what's up?
I'm not going to say anything controversial today, Justin, so you don't need to press the button on me today.
All right.
Because Monday, I got disconnected.
That wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, sorry. Well, that's good. I have a question for you guys, and it's a hypothetical question that I think the Arkansas should look at. Would it be possible? I mean, I'm at the point where I think we should jump into the Big 12, and here's my reason. We can be competitive every year. Every year, we can be competitive. The money may not be great. I mean, it may not be as great as the SEC, but it's still a large chunk of change. And what do you guys think of that?
I love you, Brent.
It won't happen.
It's silly.
It's a dumb answer. It's a dumb thought. There's no point. You're not going to go to a worse league for less money. That doesn't make any sense. And yes, you could win more games, but that's not the point. They're trying to get paid. It's a business now.
But can I say something?
You can say whatever you want.
As a fan,
It's got to make more sense than what you just said.
I want our team to have a chance to win championships. I don't want every once in a while. I don't want us to be like beating our head up.
Okay. How about this then?
wall.
How about this then, Brent? Why don't you join the Sun Belt?
Or let's go the FCS. You'll dominate and win championships in the FCS.
Oh, I don't know about this team, but some years.
I don't know about this team. I'm gonna be honest, but are y'all telling me? And I'm not being smart.
What about the Pac-12? Pac-12 would be perfect. You only got to beat 2 other teams.
Are y'all telling me y'all enjoy watching this ineptitude that we've had in the SEC since Bobby Petrino rode the Harley into oblivion?
Listen, Brent. Let me use a basketball example for you. By the way, red-white game tonight. John Neighbors will be there. We'll get some sound from coach and the players tomorrow.
And there was only thinking football. Let's think basketball, baseball, gymnastics, golf.
There was a nice write-up today, by the way, in the Democrat Gazette about Jalen Graham and how he's changing his practice habits, which is going to lead to hopefully more success for him and staying out of the doghouse this year. But think about Arkansas basketball, Brent. They went 25 years without making the Sweet 16. 25 years. And then you bring in Coach Musselman, and the next thing you know, you go to 3 Sweet 16s in a row and a couple of Elite 8s.
So you're telling me we need a coaching change?
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think that applies here, right?
Also, you said you want us to compete for championships, when realistically, when has Arkansas ever competed for a championship?
In the 60s,
yeah,
Christian. But never in the SEC,
never, yeah.
Really. Well, they've been in 3 championship games, but that's not national championship necessarily.
And with the new 12-team playoff, you're going to have a better opportunity of making that playoff.
What's that?
We don't have that.
What's that?
I want a chance to be a Western Division champion.
Well, that's never going to happen again.
Yeah, there's no more divisions after this year, so that's a problem too.
And one more thing before I go.
Mm-hmm.
If they think that moving Patrick Kudus to center, they did Bo Limmer no favors by moving him from guard to center because he was an all-SEC guard. You'll agree with that. If they think that's going to solve our problems, they're vastly because Bo Limmer. Patrick Kudus needed to make sure he learned. We need to make sure he learns guard. We can't ask him to learn 2 spots in a year. And Brady Latham at tackle, we've seen how that works out.
Well, what are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
You saw Latham at left tackle. Give him a chance at right tackle.
Well, I think, again, giving him a week to prepare is going to make a difference as opposed to just throwing him into it. But that's the only thing that gives me any optimism.
I don't know what to do, but at West, I don't know if our coaching staff has any answers.
Well, you got to try something because what you were doing wasn't working.
I agree with that. But a compliment, I like watching you guys on the YouTube channel. Hey, Wes, you need to stand up more when you can show off those guns you have, man.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Brent, thank you for the call.
Thank you.
You know, on Monday I did not hang up on Brent. We accidentally got disconnected. But today,
it happened twice.
I should have, because that was a waste of our time. And I love Brent. But yeah, anybody who ever calls this station with the thought that Arkansas needs to change leagues because it's too hard, it's just a pointless conversation. That's silly. Stop it. We don't need to do that. Let's not waste anybody's time. It's nonsense. Would I like to see him win more games? Sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm literally serious. Like, if you really are worried about that, go to the Sun Belt. Go to the WAC. I mean, what's the point? What are we doing here? Anyway, Christian, we got a question of the day today, and we're going to debate that too. And we had a kind of discussion starter yesterday about the Ryder Cup, and I got a couple of follow-up stories. We were debating, should they get paid? Is that the question of the day today?
Yes. Should golfers that participate in the Ryder Cup get paid? Yes,
Wes says yes. I say no. Christian, I think
I'm leaning no, but I also don't really have an opinion on the matter.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, we'll let you play middle of the road guy. You can be Switzerland. We'll take a break. It is 10:36. When we come back, we'll get into that. And I have a very impassioned speech from Rory McIlroy. Oops. Sorry there, Maggie. Oh, shoot. Okay, we'll just go to break. We'll be back.
Razor Hog update every day on Out of Bounds. True Service offers competitive rates on the home of your dreams. Online at trueservice.net.
This is Sports Center.
Day one of the Major League Baseball playoffs is in the books. A couple upsets as the Texas Rangers take down the Tampa Bay Rays 4-0 in St. Petersburg. Minnesota tops Toronto 3-1 at Target Field in Minnesota. Arizona with a surprise, a 6-3 rally victory over the Milwaukee Brewers in Wisconsin. The Phillies take care of the Marlins 4-1 last night in Philadelphia. All four of those series will have game number 2 coming up tonight. Today also begins a stretch of 40-plus days of consecutive football between college and pro action. Tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPNU, it's Jacksonville State traveling to Murfreesboro to take on Middle Tennessee State. Then at 8 o'clock, it's Florida International taking on New Mexico State. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
I'm talking about Elias Mexican Grill. Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. The Keith Special, a Mexican hibachi dish with fresh steak, chicken, or shrimp. Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays, and they're only $1.99 at Elias, and now they're serving homemade tortillas. Fresh pies for dessert along with soft serve ice cream. Elias Mexican Grill, award-winning Mexican food with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You take exit 108 to Elias Mexican Grill in Morrilton.
It's Justin Aker reminding you that CertaPro Painters is here to help you as we transition from summer into fall. And if you're thinking about doing something to the outside of your home, maybe it's long overdue, CertaPro Painters is here to help. Have them come over, give you an estimate, and they can help walk you through the process of what it'll take to get it done. They can help you out with the color selection and everything else you need to get the job done right. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home, for your business, get your place looking right with the help of my friends at CertaPro Painters.
We're back here with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Lots of folks talking football, but we're talking great deals, Wild Bill.
All of our customers are a winner right here at Motorsports Authority, folks. We're passing out the lowest prices possible for any vehicle that we got. We're passing out top dollars for the trades. We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. And I tell you what, folks, we're having a great time right here at Motorsports Authority.
In Russellville on East Main and Hot Springs on Central or online at msastore.com. Get here to Motorsports Authority.
Go Hogs!
Are you a fan or are you the ultimate fan? Play the Alon DK Ultimate Sports Fan Package Sweepstakes for a chance to prove you're the world's greatest armchair quarterback. All from the comfort of your own home theater. Visit an Alon DK near you to enter for a chance to build your own home theater with a $5,000 Best Buy gift card plus a YouTube TV gift card. Your ticket to streaming your favorite games this season. Visit an Alon or DK today and score big. No purchase necessary. 18 or older. Message and data rates may apply. For official rules, eligibility, terms and conditions, and privacy policy, visit myalon.com/ultimate sports fan sweeps.
Welcome back to The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network with Justin Acree and Wes Moore.
Gwatney Chevrolet's got some deals for you this month. Well, they got deals all the time. They're getting rid of all the 2024s, or getting rid of all the 2023s so they can make way for the 2024s. Clearing out the lot, making deals, looking for quality used vehicles. You got a good car, truck, SUV, want to trade it in, just sell it maybe. Gwatney Chevrolet's still paying top dollar for those because they're selling so many pre-owned vehicles. They need to replenish that stock. Go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Take a look at all the deals. You can see all the inventory. Pick out what you want, and then head to the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. Take advantage of some of the great deals like no payments for the rest of the year. Great financing rates still available. Go see our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Okay, a couple of things from Asher Record Live fan feedback, and then we'll maybe hold this Ryder Cup thing till the final segment of this hour, but we will get into it. I'm in a short segment here, and then we'll spend a little bit extra time in the final segment here. Riverman says, why do y'all talk down to callers? The man just wants Arkansas to be able to compete, but y'all talk down to people like you know everything. Don't be such pricks. I'll tell you why, Riverman, because it doesn't do us any good to talk down to morons who send in Asher Record Live fan feedback, does it? Connor says, that was the dumbest call in the history of calls, including Navy Mike. What a freaking idiot. Brent is not a freaking idiot. I love Brent, actually, and Brent knows that. And I appreciate him listening, and he calls in regularly. He's a good guy. But sometimes, your takes may be a little off base, and that's our job, is to let you know why we don't agree. I mean, we can't agree with every single call that comes in. Can we? We could. That wouldn't make a lot of sense.
He was kind of just spitballing an idea, throwing it up against the wall, and
we throw back at him. Yeah. Which is gross because I didn't want to touch his spitball. Sam says, Maryland has one of the best offenses in the country. I wonder why they didn't last year. Dan, I bet their quarterback's sneaking like crazy now. I double dare you. Over under KJ lines up in shotgun again on the next 4th and short. I bet they punt every single time the rest of the year. And Jackson says, this is fair. What's your lock of the week this week so we can continue to fade and cash tickets? Weren't you so confident in LSU last week? Yep. And I'd bet it again. Probably lose again. And Kerstad, Keith says, was brought up too late to be put on the postseason roster. That's really unfair. He's in your organization. Until the postseason starts, you should be able to put him on your roster. I think that's a dumb rule.
I think so, too. He was a September 1st, post-September 1st call-up when they expanded the rosters, but several people wrote in and even said, Rick Schaefer said that he was ineligible because he was a post-September 1st call-up. I don't like that rule. You should be eligible.
I agree.
I had a lot of stuff about Brent negative. We've hit that.
Brent's a good dude. You guys be nice. I mean, I love Brent. He knows that.
Just Chuck says we compete for the national championship in basketball, baseball. We're in the SEC. We compete in other things. Basically, just don't think football is the only thing. Stephen and Malvern, question for the Ryder Cup debate: do Olympic athletes get paid to represent? Save that.
No,
you don't get paid to represent. You get paid to place.
You get paid to win.
Yeah, and also it's not an extreme amount.
No, and that's part of my argument. We'll talk about that on the other side.
To Justin, Wes, and Christian, do you think Sam Pittman is on the hot seat, or does he have another year?
I don't think they're going to fire him regardless. Okay, I shouldn't.
Well, I think it depends how bad it gets.
I don't think he's going to be fired after this season. I'll put it to you that way because of the way things will play out. However, if they win 3 games, it's going to be hard.
At that point, it's like he's going into next year and he's a lame duck, and everybody knows it.
If you win 3 games with a tenured quarterback, entering the season the most highly thought of quarterback in the league, or no worse than second, one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the country.
Return a top running back.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you got line issues, but again, that's supposed to be the thing we count on with you. I think you'd be in a pretty indefensible position.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd bring him back at that point, because how do you expect to be better next year if you're losing that quarterback and you're losing that running back?
Exactly. Agreed. Talking Ryder Cup on the other side. And I know you may not be worried about golf, but it is National Golf Day, so it actually timed out perfectly that we hold on to this until today. By the way, our golf tournament still has openings. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you. 1037thebuzz.com. It is October 10th. That's 1 week from yesterday at Burns Park. It's going to be beautiful. We're getting that rain we need to help brighten and spruce everything up. And it already looks great over there. Thanks to Tito's Handmade Vodka, our presenting sponsor. Also, thanks to Double B's, Michelob Ultra, Corky, Sonic, Southern Floor Coating, and Cellular Data Solutions. Let me get Woody in here. Oh, Woody wants to talk to Christian for a while. I was going to try to squeeze him in, but we may have to run along. But I'd love to get him on before the break. Maybe he's not.
Christian's giving me that stink eye.
Well, he got that look.
You? From you?
No, he's got that look.
Oh.
He's got that look he's going to give you. Anyway, Woody's going to talk Christian's ear off, and we'll get him in later on. Oh, maybe we'll squeeze him in now. Woody, what's up? Woody?
This is Woody, and I was wanting to know, nobody said anything about KJ being back there and just food spot the ball instead of running for a first down or something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's rushing him, and I ain't ever heard anybody lately talking about the pooch punt by a quarterback.
I would say the defense is getting back there so quick to KJ, they'd probably block that pooch punt.
But anyhow, if you can post this forward, I ain't heard it on the radio. I listen every day. All day long.
You've heard it now.
Yeah.
Right out of your own mouth to God's ears.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, and thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Would you rather have KJ pooch punt, or would you rather have
Just have your punter punt.
punter punt?
I don't understand.
Who's
pooch
averaging
punt.
50?
What's the purpose?
I mean, I think there are situations where it makes a lot of sense if you're sort of in no man's land.
Yeah.
But
and there's nobody back there to return it. So.
I don't know if he can punt, first of all. Second of all, I want to see him sneak the freaking football on 4th and 1. That's what I really want.
Now you just don't remember all the things you said, and you're not sure that you want to know.
Adding the price of ribeyes per pound, the potatoes, salad, drinks, then the charcoal.
What are you doing, Hope? And what's with the calculator?
Oh, hey, Courtney, trying to add up the cost of throwing a cookout.
Why would you go through all of that when you could just go to the butcher shop instead?
Wait, what? Now that's a great idea, because by the time I buy everything at the store, I could have just gone to the butcher shop instead and saved money.
Not to mention all that messy cleanup you won't have to do now. So for your next gathering, let the Butcher Shop Steakhouse do all the cooking on their huge charcoal grill.
What's good, y'all? Clint Sterner here for Low T Center. Fellas, when it comes to your health, every man should know his testosterone number. What's that mean? It's simple. You need to schedule an appointment at Low T Center immediately. It's quick. It's easy. Hell, it's only $25. Walk in, take a simple blood test, get the results in about 25 minutes. So if you've been feeling tired and grumpy, sensing a lack of motivation and drive, dealing with high cholesterol, noticing stubborn weight gain and or loss of muscle mass, it's on you, fellas. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Some of us struggle to keep up with all these new acronyms. LOL, ROFL, LMAO, etc. Look it up. Now there's a new one the internet is pushing. IJBOL. Pronounced Eejbol, it means I just burst out laughing. It describes exploding into an audible, full-belly guffaw, particularly in an inappropriate setting like a funeral, or when I'm preaching, or when you just remembered something funny. The unofficial face of Eejbol, according to Twitter, is Vice President Kamala Harris, whose propensity to chuckle is legendary. You'll chuckle at Doublebee's when you see the ridiculous values throughout the store on, well, everything. Stop by today for a deal. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Of course, you have many options when it comes to great dining options downtown, but there's only one, Dizzy's Gypsy Bistro, still offering a wide selection of all your favorite special craft cocktails, including beer and wine, and a menu featuring gourmet salads and delicious pastas. And Dizzy's is also the multiple-time winner of the World Cheese Dip Competition. With a dog-friendly patio, a funky eclectic atmosphere, and room for large parties with reservations, Dizzy's will have you coming back again and again. Since 1995, Dizzy's Gypsy Bistro, Dizzy'sLR.com.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be
a midday sports talk show host in Little Rock, Arkansas.
We are living the dream every day here on The Zone. Now, let's see what the fellas are up to.
I know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you care. And though my pocket may be empty, I'd be...
It's not that important an event for me. It's an exhibition at the end of the day. Obviously, I'll try my best for the team, but I'm not going to go running around fist pumping. Who said that? I said that in my naivety as a young swashbuckling lad. yeah, I know I have been a part of the Ryder Cup a lot, and what those 3 quotes are couldn't be further from the truth. Obviously, I had watched Ryder Cups on TV, I cheered for the European team, and I'd played team golf before. But it's just a completely different environment once you get in there, seeing how much it means to everyone.
Stunning performance. And finishes in style. That's what the Ryder Cup is all about. Oh, what a putt by Rory McIlroy.
It is the purest competition in golf. To me, it doesn't get any better than that. You can't replicate that feeling of playing as part of a team and winning and feeling like you've contributed in some way, and you've done it for other people, not just yourself.
This is beautifully judged. It's going in. Oh, what a shot! What a shot from McIlroy.
I remember that afternoon in Chicago in 2012, and the emotions and the like when you finish your match and you're watching the others come in, like that churn in your stomach of watching other guys trying to get it in. Seeing Martin Keimer hold that winning putt in Medina is like, I didn't do anything, but it was one of the best feelings in the world.
Europe, wait to take the cup home! Hello! Oh my goodness gracious me!
Only can you get those moments in Ryder Cups. There's no other place that we can experience something like that.
It's like nothing else in golf.
Win, lose, or draw, Ryder Cup weeks are always amazing, and you form bonds that hopefully will last a lifetime, and you get to know people on a different level, and that's wonderful. Losing the Ryder Cup and having to wait 2 years to win it back is, at the start, the most disappointed you're ever going to feel. Still makes me sort of emotional.
I just can't wait to get another shot at this. It is.
But I do not want to feel like that after a Ryder Cup ever again. I think the whole European Ryder Cup team is going to carry that disappointment of Whistling Straits into Rome, and we're going to be better because of it. As much as the stupid quotes that I said earlier in my career, like, everyone should strive to be a part of the Ryder Cup. It's the best feeling in the world. Everyone hopefully will win individual titles and do great things in the game as an individual, but nothing beats the feeling as winning a Ryder Cup of, as a part of that team.
Now, I've watched that clip about 10 times, and not once did I hear Rory say, we're doing it for the money, or, man, I really wish we could get paid to play in the Ryder Cup, because it doesn't matter to him or the European players. And that's why they continually beat the United States team's brains in, because they care a little more, and it seems to me they have a little more pride in the whole thing. It's become such an individualistic thing, and now we're talking about the Americans crying about not getting paid. Those guys aren't.
That wasn't true, though.
What wasn't true?
About the Americans crying because they weren't getting paid.
No, there are guys who are concerned about being compensated.
The hat
for it.
gate?
No, the hat thing is not accurate.
Okay.
But there are guys who want to be paid. It absolutely is a conversation that's being had over here. Haven't heard the Europeans bring it up once. So that's the question today. Do you think the guys in the Ryder Cup should be paid? And I don't. I look at it exactly the same as the Olympics. It's like an Olympic sport. To me, it's a different deal. It's a country sport. It's you're playing for the U.S. I mean, do the guys that played
FIBA, the FIBA guys aren't getting paid.
I was just going to ask you, did the FIBA guys get paid? No.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
If you play in the Olympics, you get paid $32,000 for a gold medal.
Which is nothing to a professional basketball player.
Or a professional golfer, right? So if you're going to put it on the same scale. Now, if you want to give them a portion of the revenue, it's a different discussion, but I don't think that's necessary for this particular event. These guys are all rich beyond belief, which just because you're rich doesn't mean you're not deserving of money. But I just think in a team sport like this, I don't have any issue with them not getting paid, and it shouldn't be a talking point to me. But anyway, some people may think they should be paid. I don't. These are the elite of the elite, and they're all making a ton of money because the way you get there is through points by winning tournaments and performing well. So they're making buckets of money. So if I pay you $30,000, I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Well, it's guys, you go to the Super Bowl, you go to the playoffs, you quit getting paid your regular salary, but you get paid for those games. You get paid a little bit more when you win a playoff game, or you get paid a little bit more if you win the Super Bowl. I think it's the same thing here. They're making a ton of money. NBC paid a bunch of money to broadcast the Ryder Cup. There are a lot of people that buy commercial time and pay it to NBC. There's a lot of money at stake in the Ryder Cup, and it's all to watch these guys play golf and to say that they don't deserve to be paid. I think that's insane. If I would want to be, and if you want to do revenue sharing, that's fine. But I think just because I make a bunch of money doesn't mean I don't want to make some more money. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to do revenue sharing. I don't think that makes sense necessarily. Do you think that the people that carry, is it NBC that still carries the Olympics? Do you think they make money, or do you think they do it just for fun?
They've been having a hard time with the Olympics. I don't think they've been making us. I think it hurt them.
My point is they wouldn't bid on it and they wouldn't secure the rights if they weren't making some cash. They're not giving a portion of that revenue back to the people. And again, even for an Olympic athlete, like $32,000 comparatively to what you spend to go through the training and everything else you got to go through is a pittance.
But think about the Olympics. You're talking about hundreds, maybe thousands of competitors. Ryder Cup, we're talking about.
Yeah, but you're not winning hundreds or thousands of golds either. So again, it's just a pittance and it's just a drop in the bucket for everybody in the big scheme of things.
But
it's not a lot of money for the winners. It's not a lot of money to be paid out either by the U.S. Olympic Committee. So
no. But what I'm saying is the focus is on 30 guys in the Ryder Cup, whereas at the Olympics, the focus is spread out all over. So this is a huge event. Only a few people are participating in, and they're the draw. They're the reason people are watching.
Right.
They should be compensated.
I look at it different because it's international competition and you're playing for your country.
I think it's weird that we play for our country, but Europe just plays for Europe. It's like, it's not a country.
No, it isn't a country.
They're playing a continent.
Yeah, it's really not fair. We should get to play against one. Whoever's the best. They should have like a European playoff, and whichever country wins, we should play them.
That wouldn't be fair because USA's
so
don't
much
know what
bigger.
the size comparison is to Europe, but
A lot. Yeah. I don't know what the total population of all of Europe is. But anyway, that's our question of the day today. So the point is, too, Xander Schauffele, according to his dad, almost got kicked off the team because he didn't want to sign off on the basically the player agreement that you have to sign off on to be a part of it. One of the things that was a sticking point for them is they were mad that Full Swing was filming at the Ryder Cup because it's the biggest thing going in golf, and it's going to be part of the next docuseries for them. And so, yeah, that is cool. But he's like saying, well, we don't want them in there. Now, they did not get to go in the team room like they wanted to, but they were part of it. And then at the other end of the spectrum, on a much happier note, Patrick Cantlay stayed after the Ryder Cup, even though things didn't go too well, and he got married to his fiancée in Rome while they were over there. So they made it a 2-for-1 trip. Obviously, his focus was squarely on golf as they were getting their brains beat in.
He actually went 3-0-1.
Okay, good.
He was the best.
He did his part. Good.
Europe is 4% larger than the U.S.
Well, that's really not fair. We should get strokes.
We're larger than the EU.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ Spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com. Ortho Arkansas presents the High School Scoreboard Show with Randy Rainwater, Kevin Bohannon, and Barry Grooms every Friday night at 10, only on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you in part by First Security Bank.
Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Saturday, December 30th, Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Event Center. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Register and make your picks now for the Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge. Go online at 1037thebuzz.com and pick the team you think will win each week for your chance to win.
1037 The Buzz.
By the way, when you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
Baptist Health is offering free flu shots for anyone 12 or older all throughout the month of October. They'll be holding clinics today from 10 until noon at the East Little Rock Community Center and Thursday morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Stuttgart Public Library. For more information on future clinics, visit baptist-health.com. A Conway woman is $100,000 richer. The woman, identified only as Joanna J., matched 4 white balls and the Powerball in September 30th drawing, good for that $100,000 prize. She says she and her best friend Leanne decided to buy the ticket, and they plan to use the prize on a vacation and bills. The next Powerball drawing is tonight with a $1.2 billion grand prize on the line. We'll have those winning numbers for you on Channel 7 News at 10. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
It's Randy Rainwater. Join me for the Sonic Blast this Friday in Pine Bluff. The Zebras host the Comets of Mills High School. Brought to you by Sonic Drive-In and 103.7 The Buzz.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Scattered showers the next few days, along with a cool down. Today, a 50% chance of off and on rain, a high of 82. Tomorrow, that high drops to 75 with an even better rain chance. Then sunny again by Friday and the weekend. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
There's nothing quite like outdoor living, and at Razorback Camper Sales, we've been bringing the camping lifestyle to families for over 50 years. We're Arkansas's oldest family-owned RV dealer with the best parts and service department in the state. Razorback Camper Sales has everything you need for travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
Pickleball, one of the fastest growing games in the country. The Little Rock Athletic Club is currently building a state-of-the-art indoor pickleball facility that will open in the early part of 2024. Play pickleball indoors and be free from the heat, cold, wind, sun, rain, and insects. Pickleball at the Little Rock Athletic Club will have observation areas, lounge areas, flat screens. It is a family-friendly facility. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club today and save 30% off joining fees with no monthly contracts. LRAC.com for more information. That's LRAC.com. The Little Rock Athletic Club.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Hall of Famer and all-time leading rusher with exciting news.
Football legend Emmitt Smith talking about all new regenerative treatments for joint pain from the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics.
But did you know that you can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics?
QC Kinetics uses biologic therapies that are natural, restorative, and long-lasting.
The body is an amazing thing. Trust me, I put mine through a lot.
Exciting new relief is here for pain from arthritis, knee pain, lower back pain, pain in your hips and shoulders.
I'm that guy. When you Google shoulder pain, my face pops up.
But you don't have to be sidelined by pain anymore. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about biologic therapies.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Come on down to Doe's Eat Place at the corner of Ringo and Markham in downtown Little Rock for mouth-watering burgers, catfish, and steak by the pound. Oh, and don't forget our world-famous tamales, now open Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 for lunch, and Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 for dinner. Family-owned and operated for over 35 years. And remember, Doe's Eat Place for goodness steaks.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Justin Anchor reminding you that if you want the job done right, then don't stress. Just go with the best. CertaPro Painters is your go-to painting company. You can get your free estimate scheduled at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. People who are going to be responsible and people who are going to be accountable to you and your family to make sure your project gets done right. So if you've been thinking about sprucing up your home or business for the fall season that is almost upon us, you need to get CertaPro on the case. Use the company that I've used many times over the years. It is CertaPro Painters. You'll be happy you did.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike rentals to get you on the trails.
What about fly fishing from a bicycle?
You can't do that, but Jackalope also offers fly rods, reels, waders, fly fishing accessories, outdoor and camping gear.
Yeah, it'll be tough riding a bicycle and waders.
But you can still enjoy the Arkansas outdoors with Jackalope Cycling in Russellville or jackalopecycling.com.
You're in the zone. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even in starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear. Cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. They call him Ryan, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a Nile is porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be with, and rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime. This is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and this crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%. Forget Mike. Nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Yeah. Fort Minor, M. Shinoda, styles of beyond. Ryu, top beer, Shisha.
I never caused you no
we were all, I mean, in the press box, like we're play callers in the press box, but when they lined up on 4th and 1, you almost thought they were going to try, at least in the beginning, you kind of thought maybe they're trying to draw A&M offsides one more time. Surely they're not going to be idiotic enough to run this same play over and over again. That's not working. I'd rather see them throw it 90 yards down the field in the end zone and not even having a receiver out than I would line up with KJ and Sanders back there about 19 yards deep and expect to get 6 inches.
Well, and now let me interject here that if Sam had overruled that play and said run a quarterback sneak, that doesn't mean that Enos wouldn't have called every other play. When you say he has the right, you just say, hey, coach, not this time. We're going to run a quarterback sneak. You make it, Dan, it's your game again. Yeah.
You've gone and done it now. You done lost Randy, and you done lost Rick. Guys, you got to really take a look in the mirror when you lose Drive Time Sports. I mean, I don't even know if Randy realized how pissed off he was. He texted me when we were giving him a hard time earlier, but I don't know if Randy realized how mad he sounded on the show yesterday. I've never heard him quite so flabbergasted.
And that's 2 days after it happened.
Yeah.
Imagine how mad he was at the game Saturday.
Can't imagine. You can't really show your butt in the press box, but you want to. Randy's angry. I love it. I love the passion. That's good to hear.
I've never heard Rick disagree with any Razorback strategy ever in the history of ever.
No, he is. Everybody is fed up and had enough. And look, I don't care if you're a 6th grade coach or an NFL coach. Everybody knows that a change has to come. Anyway, Kevin Kelley's here.
Kevin Kelley dominated high school football in Arkansas, winning 9 state titles in 18 years at Pulaski Academy. He's now turning his attention to dominating the airwaves on the Zone. He's brought to you by the Little Rock Athletic Club, who's currently building a state-of-the-art indoor pickleball facility. Little Rock Athletic Club. No contracts and save 30% off joining fees.
All right, we're going to delve into that, among other things. Coach, welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you were able to make it in through this water falling from the sky. It's been too long.
Nowadays, you just don't know. We cancel everything for the rain. I mean, like the fear of rain. I started to call in, like, guys, I don't know if I can make it.
Yeah.
There's puddles on the road.
It's rough out there.
There's puddles on the road.
Yeah.
Are y'all still doing the show today?
Are y'all still doing it? Did we cancel it? Yeah, Coach, we're inside.
Yeah.
I know, but getting there. Did y'all get there? Did y'all make it okay?
Yeah, it was touch and go. I'm not going to lie.
It's treacherous coming down Cantrell Hill.
We need some dang rain for a Razorback game.
We do.
So only half the people will show up and half the people can complain that they saw it in person.
Yeah. I hope it pours in Oxford this weekend. Arkansas is going to need all the help they can get.
That would help us.
Maybe a sloppy performance by the Rebels will help us.
What the freak are the Razorbacks doing? We a bunch of idiots. This whole thing is just...
All right, let's go. We'll do the red white report in a second. Let's just specific to the 4th and 1 and what is happening right now repeatedly. And now they're shuffling the offensive line. Give me kind of the...
I'll give you 14 different views. I'm going to try to do them quick. One, I don't mind lining up the shotgun. Everybody's like, why are we lining up the shotgun? I don't mind the shotgun, but not that play. Don't run up the middle for 6. That's classic. Shotgun, I'm fine with. Let's roll it. Let's go a 2x2 set. Let's roll him out. Let's sprint him out. And KJ, if the guy on the inside receiver drops with him on the pass route, then run it. If he comes up, dump it over his head. It's easy. I did it for years. College, high school. Nobody ever stops it. It's the dumbest thing ever. And 4th and 1 is 78% made over the last 20 years by all teams, even the sucky ones. And we can't make a freaking first down. Now,
Arkansas is the 22%.
And how about lining up in it and calling timeout? And then rethinking it and walking back. You got to call a timeout for that. Timeouts are important. Take the delay of game. I'd rather them go for it on 4th and 6. And like he said, Pittman has the ability to stop it. But it should have been stopped in the office 2 weeks ago. Hey, dumb butt, don't run that anymore. And you don't like, people don't like to be the bad guy. And I'm not going to say who, but somebody told me the day they hired Pittman, I sit in the office with a well thought of college coach that's currently a head coach. I said, what do you think? He was like a nice guy. He said, nicest guy you'll ever meet. Great offensive line coach, maybe the best in the country. He's not great at the leadership part yet, but he maybe he can grow into that. Well, the leadership part dictates that you have to see the big picture. And I'm not calling him out. I mean, obviously he's done more than I ever have. But you have to know when to walk in and be the bad guy. Maybe the most important part of leadership isn't getting everybody on the same page and getting them heading the right direction. Hell, a bunch of people can do that. But can you be the bad guy when you need to be a bad guy? First, you have to evaluate it and see that you need to be the bad guy. But you walk into, somebody, you say, hey, dummy, don't do that anymore, because not only are we losing the team, we're losing the crowd, we're losing the media, we're losing the fans. But that's stupid. And you have to walk in and say, don't do that again. And inevitably, when you do that, and I'm a good bad guy, unfortunately, you have to walk in and say that, and inevitably they'll say, well, coach, here's why I like doing it. And the only thing I can think of, said this week, if Pittman ever went in there, was, coach, they'll never think we would do it again. That's the only argument he had. But then you're like, we're not doing it. Do you understand? I will take over the offense myself before you do that again. You're fired on the spot. You do that again. That's what you have to get to not get here. Because then what are we going to do when we lose? We look back at that moment. Here we are, because stupid stands out. Never forget that in your life. Stupid, in the wake of unsuccess, stupid stands out more than anything else. There's a million reasons we lost that game. With 4 minutes left in the game, their punt returner, Anaya Smith, had more punt return only yards. Don't count as receiving yards. Punt return yards than the Razorbacks had total offense. There's a million reasons we lost that game, but stupid stands out, and that was stupid.
What did you like better, that fourth down call or when they were in the tight red zone when they ran the draw?
Delayed draw.
I like the delay. If I really have to pick, I like the delayed draw better because it wasn't the same thing.
Then he ran into his own offensive lineman.
No.
Too.
Good
execution, too.
Either way, it's not good. Those were both dumb. And Enos used to call some good stuff. I mean, like the first time he was here, he's a little better in my opinion than he is now. I think it ruins him. We think, go to Alabama, get a guy that was at Alabama. He wasn't that great at Miami. Well, yeah. I mean, we could draw plays out of a hat against Alabama. I mean, when you're got Alabama's guy, when he had the guys he had, think about the receivers he had, the running backs he had, and the quarterback. We could we could pick plays out of a hat and be good, right? But you go get Alabama guys, and you come and you don't have our Alabama guys, and you have trouble. Maybe that's it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's an ego thing. And somebody said, unfortunately, I got into the social media and started reading the boards. I read the boards. And I made the mistake of posting one time on Hogville this weekend. And I tried to explain it. I didn't do what I'm doing now and just kind of bash. But I kind of explained it in a coaching thought kind of way. Here's things that are wrong with Arkansas. But when I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking through it, I'm just like, these poor people, they have some really good ideas. But for most of them to be able to see this and a coaching staff not, where are we? And how much money does that coaching staff make? $6.5 million a year is $130,000 a week. $130,000 a week, and you won't tell them to quit running the play?
I didn't until now.
I mean, it's not. I mean, we just see those big numbers and think, oh, that's a lot of money. He's not making. Everybody was like, he's not making as much as the other SEC well, he's not making as much money as the other SEC coaches. Guy, he's just 22nd in the country. I want to be 22nd in the country then.
Yeah.
But you're making $130,000 a week, and people that make nothing are back here paying tickets and watching you and begging and spending all their money. We had that debate. Too expensive to go, too expensive not go. Could you just make a smart decision? It doesn't even have to work. Just a smarter one. And the smart one is this: anything other than what you were doing.
You know how they say it's not the crime, it's the cover-up?
Yes.
It's not the call, it's the explanation that's worse. Why did you do that? Because they had 5 guys on the line.
Oh.
How many 4th and shorts did you have 3 men up there or 2 guys? They're like, you know what? We're going to drop 9 on a 4th and short.
Because we're going to outguess them on this one. There's a 1% chance.
They're going to run Kelley's play and try to throw it to the receiver. So we're going to drop 9 and prove them wrong.
It's painful. It is painful for people to watch. It's painful for people in Arkansas to watch because they have a passion for the Hogs. It's painful to me to watch because I have a passion for coaching and coaching intelligence and trying to prove people wrong that for 900 years have said we are the stupidest coaches out of all the sports. And we go and we try to stamp approval on that every week.
Mm-hmm. You're not offended as a fan. You're offended as a guy who's logical and analytical.
I'm offended in every single way there is to be offended as a fan, coach, person that's played it. person that watches it,
person with common
talks about
sense.
person that talks about it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I
If
thought it
all-
was. Go ahead.
If all of us can see it and we've seen it for weeks, how can they not make the change? I don't
Because
understand it.
there's only one thinking for me. It's got to be that they think they're smarter than everybody else. Like, you guys don't get it. You guys don't know what it's like. And I'm like, there are quarterback sneaks being run against loaded boxes all over the world today.
I got to think they have zero confidence in the center and 2 guards to get any kind of push whatsoever.
They're still running it up the middle. You've got to get a push.
No, they went off right tackle on the 4th and
you've
1.
got to stop penetration, though, so
Yeah.
the guy doesn't have to bounce. I mean,
Is this half a yard? Is
Yes.
that like half a yard?
That's what she said.
You can't get that much?
Right.
Yeah.
With you.
Coach, A&M started just coming with the blitz after blitz after blitz. Once they saw Arkansas couldn't pick it up, what do you do then as a play caller to stop the blitz?
that's a whole nother deal. I read last week the average times the NFL guys getting the ball out. Tua throws the ball further down the field than anybody, but gets it out the fastest. His average time to throw from the time the center moves the ball to the time it's out, 2.34 seconds.
He also has a guy that runs a 4.2. That helps.
That's this far. I'm holding my arms up 3 feet. In a 40, a 4.35 and a 4.42 is this far. Okay. So let's not make that out like it's 10 yards.
All right.
But listen, my last year at PA, I had the worst struggling offensive line that I'd had in a long, long time. They were small guys. They were workers. They got after you. I love them. But we couldn't throw passes further than 18 yards down the field. We had to have the ball out in 2.5. So you know what we did? We did 3 things. 1, I designed plays that would come out in less than 2.5 seconds most of the time. 2, I engineered my quarterbacks to think probably you look at the defense and go, look, I don't want to commit to this guy before the ball snap. But based on the way they're aligned, there's the hole that guy's running to. That's probably it. So he would say, set height, catch the ball, start the throw. If it wasn't open, he would pull it down and go to the next guy. And then that served as a great pump fake, which made that guy even more open on the second one. But if he was right, and I taught him to be right at least 75% of the time, the ball was out immediately. Okay, that's 2. Number 3, do different things to make them slow down. Like if they want to blitz and that's how they're getting the pressure, they didn't have to blitz us. But so we just had a couple of better plays. But and educate the quarterback. But if they want to blitz, it's not hard. I loved it when team blitzes. We're going to throw play action screens. We're going to throw motion screens. We're going to throw throwback screens. We're going to do stuff where we move the line one way and go the other way. We're going to run jet sweeps, which are great against that. You have to end up guessing. What drove me crazy was one of the things I read that was said by the coaching staff was like, well, every time we wanted to go to that side, they blitzed us. How could they know to blitz to that side? Unless A, they saw something on film, and B, how could you not figure that out in the game and use that against them? You throw into a blitz, throw a slant behind it, throw a screen into it. There's 97,000 ways to beat a blitz. Well, maybe they're in my head there are. Maybe there's one for them.
Maybe they could find one. That'd be cool.
Just find one. Can we just find something?
Yeah. Let me get this call in here, and then we'll do the Red White Report officially, although we're kind of diving in on it already.
Apologies.
I love it. I love your passion. I'm going to put you and Randy back to back. I'm going to send it up to the hill and tell them, look what you guys are doing to my people here. Mike, what's up?
Hey, man, how do we get that guy up on the hill? I mean, for one thing, everybody knows 4th and 1. Get up under the center and push the damn quarterback across 8 inches. You don't get the ball way back there in the shotgun. That's over with. Like you said, if they do that again, they need to fire him. And this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm sitting there listening to it going, where the hell has he been all this time?
Where have you been?
Send him up there to Pittman. Let him listen to it.
Well, Bill Belichick listens to him. I think
they could send all of us up there when there's a 4th and 1 and we can make the right call.
Christian, what do you think they should do on 4th and 1?
I think they should QB sneak.
Okay. Wes?
Sneak.
Coach.
Okay. Run pass option, spread out.
Okay. I
want to make more than one.
And my answer is the same as Randy Rainwater's. Anything else?
Anything else is good.
Yeah. Don't do the same
I want
thing.
more than one. When they think you're going to get one, that's when you hit them for more.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, let's throw it 90 yards, but with the receiver.
But a high percentage more than one.
Exactly.
Not a low, not throw a bomb.
Not the Miracle on Markham, part 2.
No.
3.
Let them come in and just dump it over the top of them. That's
Exactly.
just like the one where they throw it in the end zone.
Mike,
and KJ jumped up and hit the tight end coming across the middle.
Mike, have you ever been paid as an offensive coordinator?
Sir?
Have you ever been paid to be an offensive coordinator?
No.
I haven't either, but we know this. I haven't either, but we all know this. This is pretty basic stuff.
And I don't get paid $1 million a year.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. I don't know what it takes to be a brain surgeon. I'm guessing it's probably not the easiest work. This is not that.
No, this
is not that.
I'm telling you, when you do it week after week after week, we get tired of seeing it. We keep hollering. You got a 250-pound quarterback. Put his ass up under center and push him forward for 6 inches.
Listen, I don't care if your quarterback weighs $108. There's no excuse for what they're doing right now. Mike, thank you for the call.
Thank you. Tell him he can go up there any day.
Yeah. Hey, you go up there. Thanks you.
I appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you very much.
By the way, Randy Rainwater's worried about you. He's going to bring you a Sonic and try to cool you off a little bit. He's concerned about you. I'm like, Randy, it sounds just like you did yesterday. What are you talking about?
Uncle Randy, I heard you, buddy.
Yeah.
19 yards back. At least I admit he's only 5.
I mean, Rick's heart rate got above 60. I mean, he was
I
wild
was
up.
worried about Rick. I wasn't worried about Randy. I've heard Randy get passionate before. But when Rick gets wild.
Yeah, when Rick is anti or upset or frustrated, you're in bad shape. Like I said, you've lost middle America.
If he was mad, I'd just quit. If I heard Rick was against me, I think I'd quit. I'd just quit whatever.
I know.
I'm out.
You're failing at life.
You pulled a Listen Mister on you?
Yeah. That's when you piss him off. He's not that mad. He's just frustrated. He's had enough.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires. They have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
This clip by KJ Jefferson that Christian put in the system is titled KJ on Offensive Struggles. And boy, I tell you what, I'd pay a lot of money to click this button and him to come out and say, I got to be honest, guys. I just want to run it on 4th and short. I want to sneak it. But he's not going to say that. I'm guessing.
That's pretty frustrating at times, of course. I mean, just knowing that we have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. And when things not going our way, it kind of get frustrating at times. But, I mean, it's football. I mean, it's a roller coaster. I mean, so the main thing, we want to try to take control of the roller coaster and stay level-headed, stay neutral, make sure we bring everybody close together and just stay together is the main part when we hit adverse situations, just coming together as a team and bonding as one. So on the offensive side, I mean, it do get frustrating at times, but as long as we keep our heads and keep chopping away, I mean, it's going to eventually start falling in our favor.
You can't get a hold of a roller coaster. I've been on roller coasters. They're out of control.
It would be hard to stop.
You can't do it. You can't do it. I've been on a roller coaster. I've been in a roller coaster relationship. There's no controlling it. It just does its own thing. You need to get on a different ride, bud. You need to get in the teacups.
Well, what happens if you're in the middle of the roller coaster and it's not stopping?
Sucks for you.
Get a hold of it. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Emergency brake. Do they have emergency brakes like they do on trains?
No. It's unfortunate.
Man, we're in trouble.
I think if you throw up, they'll stop it normally. KJ and the offense trying to find some answers. Again, I don't know if they're grasping at straws or truly plugging the holes, but we're going to find out.
Taking my years off and watching college and pro football, the one thing I think they're missing more than a good play caller, and that's not Arkansas. I mean, everybody. A good play caller is the great equalizer of talent. But the one thing they all need is a quarterback whisperer. That's where they need me. I'm offering my services. You just have to give me enough to live on for a while till the rest of the season. I'm the quarterback whisperer. I'll get KJ to get rid of the ball quicker. I'll teach him to see things faster within their offense and get the ball out and not take sacks, kill, drives.
You sent me the stats the other day. It's insane how much a sack ruins your possibility of getting points.
Insane.
I don't know if it's going to help him or not, but KJ's going to have a little different perspective this week. At least he's looking at a different butt, snapping him the ball in shotgun on 4th and short. Patrick Kiddes?
It's been good. We made a couple of adjustments up front, and those guys have handled it well. The main thing is being able to make sure PK is building confidence, getting his confidence level up each and every day, him getting back at center and making sure he's on the right, everybody's on the right page as far as communication with him, and me telling them just, take it one play at a time, start with the snap first, and then just let your confidence build up and just let your instincts take over at that point. So, I mean, he's been doing a really good job. The guys around him have been positive, giving him positive feedback to make sure his confidence level is going through the roof. So it's been so good so far.
Okay, so good so far. Yes?
Coach, you know a lot of random stats with football. How long did KJ have on average to throw? Do you know that?
Now, I didn't look that up, but it was a lot longer than Tua had last week when he threw for 5 million yards and 70 points the week before last.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, what he's doing to your point is everybody's like the offensive line is a problem. And I'm not saying it's not part of the problem, but I am saying anytime the quarterback gets sacked, it's a three-pronged problem. It is the play that is called didn't often match what was coming, or you didn't teach the quarterback to check out of that. It was the offensive line, obviously, if you block for 5 seconds, everybody, it doesn't matter what they do, but they didn't block long enough, and the quarterback didn't get it out soon enough. It's a three-pronged problem, no matter how you look at it. It always will be. There's occasionally an exception to that. But he has to know, he thinks right now, and it's not his fault. The coaches have to get him out of this habit. He thinks he can always escape. He thinks he can always move his feet around and find the next guy. He thinks he's always strong enough where they can, because he's done it a million times, where the big guy hits him and he runs out of it sometimes. And he's allowed to think that. And sometimes he's right, but sometimes he's wrong. And believe me, if you go, would you take a quarterback that could 50-50 get out of a defensive end hitting him broadside and he doesn't go down and ends up making a play out of it? Would you take that? No, I would not.
Hey,
it's like a jump ball, a 50-50 ball. I don't take those either. 10 touchdowns and 10 interceptions are not equal. Getting out of a sack and allowing a sack are not equal, because a sack is a drive killer. Getting out of one is not a touchdown maker.
That's very good. Let's take some calls here. 661-1037. Got a few people who want to weigh in. Tony's in Texas. Tony, welcome. What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, buddy.
Coach, you need to calm down a little bit.
No, you don't.
All right, I've got a question. I don't remember if it's a Western Carolina or Kent State. KJ finally ran up the middle and plowed over a guy with his shoulder, went right into the ground, got up, shaking his head. Is KJ hurt? Is that why he's not going under center and running these sneaks? Because he has not ran very much at all since that play.
Well, he's
the
run
entire season. He hasn't ran very much.
No, he's run a
Is
bunch.
he hurt where he cannot get underneath center and do that quarterback sneak?
He's running a bunch, and sometimes for his life.
Yeah, but he's not as aggressive as he normally has been every other year. Is that the offense what they're teaching him, or is he just hurt?
I think they tried for 2 weeks to make him a pocket passer, then realized he's not. He's been running quite a bit more the last
LSU, he ran a lot.
Well, he has never been a pocket passer.
No, he
never
isn't.
will be.
We can agree with that.
There was that one LSU play where it looked like he could have made it to the end zone and he decided to run out of bounds.
Well, he's
That was
also
the
got
only
people in
time.
his ear saying, quit taking abuse, probably, too,
It was
right?
the only time.
Well, yes, but that's not what he does, and that's not what he has ever done. But I recall that play. I don't remember which game it was. He plowed over some guy, went right into the ground.
Kent State.
Got up, kind of had his shoulder down, and ever since then, they have not run a quarterback sneak.
Yeah. The quarterback sneak,
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't find that to be a
I'm trying to
particularly...
get some sort of sense or
trying
some
to
sort
tell
of
you.
understanding of what they're doing.
Okay. Thanks, Tony. I don't find the quarterback sneak to be particularly stressful on a shoulder, so I don't think that that's the issue at
He's
all.
not going to take a big hit.
No, that's probably safer than anything else he's doing, running downfield. Larry, what's up?
What's going on, guys? Beautiful rainy day. Glad we finally had Lord's blessing us with a little rain for a change. Just out of some of this dryness we got. But Coach Kelley, when he was looking for an offensive coordinator, did he reach out to you?
No, absolutely. They're not going to do that. But I did reach out to him.
Well, I wish he would have hit and just brought you up there and get you somewhere up there and get your insights, because with what you're saying, I believe this team could at worst have only one loss at this point. And I know they were close on a couple of games, but horse using hand grenades. I'm just saying.
Probably could have beat BYU.
With what they were doing at the beginning of the season, they should have been blowing those first two teams out, and they struggled. And it's very, very frustrating. I'm afraid that the writing is on the wall. I'm afraid this is probably going to be his adios at the end of the year.
Wow,
so hopefully whenever they bring in the new one, Coach Kelley, I'm hoping maybe somebody will be looking you up, because you were an offensive genius, my man.
You think it's going to be Coach Pittman's last year or Enos's last year?
Both.
Oh wow. Okay. Jeez. That's
I
rough.
don't-
Would you accept the job right now?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, they need to bring me in as a consultant, and I say they need to. I would look at it. I would look for help. But that's what coaches do. Let's be honest, males, we don't like to ask for help. Coaches really don't like to ask for help, and especially when you're losing, they don't like to. Because then if it works, everybody's like, "Well, he brought that guy in." Nobody cares. They just want you to win.
No doubt. Jimmy gave up. Jimmy's so frustrated. James gave up. He's so mad. Jake's there. I can always count on Jake. What's up, Jake?
Hey, what's going on, Justin, Christian, everybody? Coach, I've been listening to you, and I respect the hell out of you, first of all, for your football knowledge and everything you have brought to the game. Hey, and that other caller brought up something that I can't believe I hadn't thought of first. Have you thought about trying to coach on the hill? I heard what you said about being the quarterback whisperer and going up there and doing that thing. I'm talking about coaching on the hill.
Well, that's not up to me. That's
something.
That's the second best fantasy goal to the Patriots, probably. Right.
Okay, I got you, and that's cool, man. That's cool. I just say it because you're so good with analytics. You're so good with play calling. You're so good with knowing just the minute things of football that no one else thinks about. I'll be honest. Our first high school, whatever you want to call it, coach, didn't work out. That was not you, okay? I believe I'd have a lot more faith in you going up there and running the show than the joke we had last time.
Coach Kelly's he's the backup quarterback at this point. Everybody's better than the guy that got in there now.
Coach, you got my vote. And look, I love Sam, man. I want him to succeed.
We all do.
But this stubbornness, it's just it's getting beyond ridiculous.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jake.
and I do too.
Anyway,
appreciate it.
Thank you. That was super nice. I want him to succeed too. I mean, the state's a better place to live in. Let's be honest. But I want him to get help. And I think there's a lot of guys that could help him. I just think I'm one of them. Like just helping out with the quarterback, helping with the play calling. But that said, there's a million guys out there that can help. And the smart ones, when you're in trouble, and I don't mean in trouble with his job. Sam's not in trouble with his job, I don't think. But the smart ones go find help when they need it. They don't wait till 7 more games in the year's over with to try to resuscitate, a bludgeoned pig that's going down early.
I went back and looked at the math. KJ's averaging 9.5 carries per game, true carries when you take away from the sacks this year. Last year, it was at 12. So it's roughly 2.5 carries less. Consider the fact the first 2 games, they pulled back the reins and did not want him running and didn't call any plays for him to run. I'd say it's pretty even the amount of times he's running this year versus last year.
Aaron, real quick, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I think the O-line's the main blame for this. Can't blame KJ that much. I mean, most of the sacks that we got were not coverage sacks. He just got hit quickly every time almost he got sacked or hurried. He wasn't holding the ball that long. A few times, yes, but mostly no. Where was the bootleg, move the guy out of the pocket and try to create a play or two? We did none of that, and we got sacked and sacked and sacked. I mean, over and over. You got to blame the 100% coaching at this point, in my opinion. KJ can do it as best he can, but you get sacked or hit in 2 seconds or 3 seconds almost every play. It's not your fault you're getting sacked. You're not trying to knock. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
It's not your fault. That is the theme today.
The blame KJ is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he's a little bit, but 95% it's poor coaching and poor play calling.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Coach, was it strange versus LSU? It was a bunch of quick passes, rolling the pocket out this week against A&M? They didn't do it as much.
That's what the weird part was. To avoid the A&M rush, they had a better plan, and they went with it. But what happens is this, and I just like everybody else, I was susceptible to this. You try it one time, and if you accidentally roll into the blitz, or they guess right, or they've got you schemed for whatever reason, it ends up in a sack. You're like, I'm done with that. You don't realize it was a coincidence, that play. I mean, every play, just because it didn't work once doesn't mean it's not a good play. Just because it did work once doesn't mean it's a good play. But they roll into a sack, and all of a sudden, I'm not doing that anymore. To answer Christian's question real quick a while ago, I've got a text in, Christian, to a buddy of mine who owns an analytics company, and I've asked him about college times to throws because they've got NFLs, but you can't find it online right now. I've looked. I spent the last 5 minutes searching. Can't find it, but I'll try to get it for you.
Fence Brokers presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday morning. Call Morning Mayhem and let them know how you feel about how they did. One sentence and one sentence only.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas basketball's annual red-white game is tonight. Tip-off is set for 6:30. There will be no live stream for the event. Tickets are not required, and seating will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Rosters are subject to change during the game, but Red Team will have L. Ellis, Devo Davis, Joseph Pinion, Denna J. Harris, Chandler Lawson, Jalen Graham, and Watson Blake. The White Team will have Keon Minifield, who is ineligible this year, Layton Blocker, Khalif Battle, Tremont Mark, Jeremiah Davenport, Bay Fall, Makai Mitchell, and Cade Argabast. And all Game 2s of the Major League Baseball wildcard round will get underway today. The Rangers are up 1-0 on the Rays. The Twins are up 1-0 on the Blue Jays. The Diamondbacks are up 1-0 on the Brewers. And the Phillies are in front of the Marlins 1-0. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Hunter's Refuge in Whitehall is having a massive hunting sale Wednesday through Saturday. Great deals on rifles and muzzleloaders. Select scopes up to 40% off. Hunting clothes, guns, blinds, accessories are on sale. Save up to 75% off casual clothing and shoes. Enter and store at Hunter's Refuge to win prizes including a Vortex experience trip. Hunters, scope out the goods at huntersrefuge.com. Hunter's Refuge hunting sale Wednesday through Saturday, presented in part by Drake Waterfowl.
Pickleball, one of the fastest growing games in the country. The Little Rock Athletic Club is currently building a state-of-the-art indoor pickleball facility that will open in the early part of 2024. Play pickleball indoors and be free from the heat, cold, wind, sun, rain, and insects. Pickleball at the Little Rock Athletic Club will have observation areas, lounge areas, flat screens. It is a family-friendly facility. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club today and save 30% off joining fees with no monthly contracts. LRAC.com for more information. That's LRAC.com. The Little Rock Athletic Club.
Fellas, Clint Sterner here. Let me get your attention real quick, man. If you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T. What's that mean? If you want to get back to feeling your best, you need to schedule your health assessment at Low T Center ASAP. It's quick, it's easy, and now it's convenient. Low T Center offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for $155 a month, cash pay, or covered by most health insurance. If you don't live near a Low T Center or you just need the convenience of at-home treatment, Low T Center got you. They'll ship your treatments directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Some people are born for more. More fun, more freedom, more excitement. Some people are born and see the future before it's here. They see the GV70 for its best in class and top rating by Edmunds. They see the G90, Motor Trend's Car of the Year. What were you born for? The all-new Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury. Today.
Too busy to call into the show? Text us on the Southern Structural Solutions text line at 501-661-1037 or message us on the Asher Wrecker Live fan feedback. Now, back to the zone. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
11:42 in the zone, and we're going to have a short segment here to play catch-up. We went a little long there because Coach got wound up, but I love it. I love the passion. It's great to hear, and I think, again, he speaks for a lot of the fans out there. They're frustrated. They're tired of seeing the same old thing. Let me get the duffer in here who already hung up, all right? 661-1037, some Asher Record Live fan feedback. Donnie says, Landon Leach said last night that KJ had the most time to throw out of all the SEC quarterbacks last week, according to some report he always looks at, and he explained it. Okay. Feral Hog says, have you guys noticed KJ's had some struggles after the BYU game last year? It was a play towards the end of the game, and he did what looked like a suicide dive during the play. Don't recall that. Such a dominating win. Johnny says, Coach Kelley is super pissed. Coach Kelley that is super pissed at the Razorback coaching staff is the best radio this station has produced in some time. Great work finding and developing this talent. Randy and Rick got the message. Put the rest of the staff on notice. Love the show. Thanks, Johnny. That was pretty good stuff, Coach. I'm glad to hear someone with experience say there's 100 different ways to beat the blitz and to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quicker. Helps the line out and the playmakers to make plays. Tough watching, but still a Hog fan lifer. Coach, you're resonating with the fan base.
Coach, last week, second half, Arkansas brought the blitz. They changed their game plan. We even talked to Zach Williams yesterday, and he said, yeah, that was something they said at the half. We're going to change this up. We're coming at them. And they did, and it worked. I think A&M had one field goal, and they had a second field goal that they missed. Is that a solution for this defense in the poor secondary play at times?
When in doubt, blitz. Every quarterback, there was something that came out this week on the NFL quarterbacks. They showed which ones are the best against the blitz and whatever. Every single quarterback for the last 2 years, at the end of the year, they can have a game where the plays worked and they were better against the blitz than average. Every single quarterback in the NFL, the greatest guys walking the planet to play the game of football, are worse against the blitz. Every single one of them at the end of the year, they're all worse. Pick your spots, and when you're not sure about what to do, blitz. If what you're doing on defense is not working, blitz. Quarterbacks panic. Offensive coordinators panic. Everybody panics when there's a blitz, and especially if you just get there once. Even if you don't get there again, he's hurrying his throw. If you hit a quarterback, Tom Brady's the best player that's ever played the game at quarterback. He is the GOAT. He has stats when he got just hit and not sacked because he got the ball out. When he just got hit, he was worse for the rest of the game if he got hit 3 times in like the first quarter.
I saw a stat today. Patrick Mahomes is off the charts when it comes to success against the blitz. He's better than everybody else, and it's not close. The Vikings are blitzing more than any other team in the NFL. They play each other this week. So if you want a microcosm of what we're talking about, let's see how it goes this week with a team that comes in him a bunch, and let's see how they deal with it. Because obviously he's a little bit different than most guys, admittedly, but still. DK, what's up?
Fellas, I know Navy Mike somewhere grinning. Coach, explain this one to me, because Wesley and a bunch of other callers, they was calling in last year before last, singing similar songs about the offense struggling in the red zone, not getting the push on 4th and 1 with a different play caller. Now we got a different play caller, and we got pretty much the same results. So can you tell me what's the common denominator now that we got a different play caller, but we still getting similar results?
I didn't complain about the results last year, DK. Thank you. We complained about some of the play calls last year.
He said me.
Well, I'm saying people did. People didn't complain about it. You didn't complain about that. You didn't complain about the result. You complained about the play calls. There were some crazy play calls. You don't run a tight end sneak. No one does that.
Well, my complaint is the offensive line's not getting a push. They didn't last year. Red zone, you want to run the ball. I want to see a team that can get a push and run the ball. They couldn't do it. They can't do it this year.
I don't want to ask let's say they can't. Let's say it's physically impossible. There's two. Look, if a kid on the field doesn't do something, and this is when in 2005 when I figured this out, people were like, what's the greatest your greatest reason to be successful at PA? 2005 playoff game when we asked a kid to do something he couldn't physically do, and I'm like, I got in the locker room at halftime. I'm like, we're idiots. We asked that kid to guard that kid man to man. He can't do it. We're yelling at the kid because he didn't change his hips fast enough. He couldn't guard that kid if he had to. Gun to his parents' head, But when we ask somebody to do something they can't do, that's bad coaching. And when we ask somebody to do something they can do and they don't do it, well, it's our job to get him to do it if he physically can. That's bad coaching. If they can't get a push, let's not ask him to get a push. Maybe physically. And that may be our fault in the weight room in the offseason or picking guys, whatever. Maybe he can't. Well, then let's try something else. Let's not ask these people to do things they cannot do.
Right.
And it's like asking, it's like asking the tight end to do the quarterback sneak last year. Well, I'm pretty sure he was physically inept at doing that because he hadn't practiced it. He might be able to at some point, but they didn't give enough time to practice and doing it, so either couldn't do it or didn't. I don't know that our line can get a push on 4th and 1. Maybe the guys are bigger, faster, and stronger. That's fine. So were they every time at PA, and we made a lot of freaking 4th and 1. And I'm not comparing necessarily college to high school, but football is football. And if you asked your guys to do something they can't do, then you're an idiot, and they can't because you're not going to be successful.
I meant to mention this earlier in the week, but Washington, the Commanders, ran a tight end sneak on Sunday.
Okay.
And it worked.
How about that?
But their tight end is Logan Thomas, who used to be a
They
quarterback.
play quarterback at Virginia Tech and a very good one.
That's the thing. If you brought in A.J. Derby and ran a quarterback sneak with him, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But I'm pretty sure that Trey Knox had never played quarterback before, and it was very awkward and it didn't work. And part of it was, they didn't get a great push
No,
up
what
front.
they should have done with that is I'd love to see this. Put the quarterback in or put the tight end under center, snap it to the quarterback between his legs, not the tight end. Through the guy's legs. You've seen that trick play before, just where they snap it and they run something off tackle or something. Everybody's thinking they're diving in on the quarterback sneak. And then all of a sudden, when they snap it, he loops through the middle of the line. Nobody pays attention to him because we're running this way, and we run a little throwback to the tight end that just went through a gap that was lined up at quarterback. That's not really the quarterback because you know who guards the quarterback out of the backfield? Nobody.
You have had way too much time off to think about crap. This may be the nicest thing that's ever been said about you, Coach. This person says on our Southern Structural Solutions text line, I hate private schools, but I love Coach Kelley. That's pretty high praise, buddy.
Made my day. I'm going to be on a plane in 4 hours, and I'll be bathing in that one right there. Thank you.
That's very nice.
I'm going to tell my wife somebody said that too.
You should. I'm sure she's listening. Hi, Dana. We're back in a second.
Sit me right down and he'd talk to me.
Adding the price of ribeyes per pound, the potatoes, salad, drinks, then the charcoal.
What are you doing, Hope? And what's with the calculator?
Oh, hey, Courtney, trying to add up the cost of throwing a cookout.
Why would you go through all of that when you could just go to the butcher shop instead?
Wait, what? Now that's a great idea, because by the time I buy everything at the store, I could have just gone to the butcher shop instead and saved money.
Not to mention all that messy cleanup you won't have to do now. So for your next gathering, let the Butcher Shop Steakhouse do all the cooking on their huge charcoal grill.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months. And River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for, and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka presents the 2023 1037 The Buzz Fall Golf Tournament Tuesday, October 10th at the Burns Park Golf Course. Register your four-person team at 1037thebuzz.com. Brought to you in part by Double B's and Cellular Data Solutions.
David Dunn here with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. We're the area's largest and highest rated independent diesel repair facility for all makes and models, from transmissions and brakes to suspensions and engine repair. If you're tired of high dealership prices and long wait times, come see what family-owned and locally operated really means. Expert technicians and the latest computer diagnostics will get your equipment back on the road fast. Take the England exit on I-440 to Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. 568-2185. That's Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore, Central Arkansas's only midday sports talk show.
People dream high in the quiet of the night. You know that I caught it. Bad boy, shiny toy with a price. You know that I bought it. Killing me slow out the window. I'm always waiting for you to be waiting below. Devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. What doesn't kill me makes me want you more. And it's blue, shape of your body is blue. The feeling I got it is ooh, it's cool summer. It's cool, that's what I tell them, no rules. Break of heaven, but ooh, it's cool summer with you. In your head low, in the glow of the vending machine, I'm not dying. We say that we'll just screw it up in these trying times, we're not trying. So get the headlights, summer's a night. I'm always waiting for you just to cut to the moon. Devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. And if I bleed, you'll be the last to know. Oh, it's blue, shape of your body is blue. The feeling I got it is ooh, it's cool summer. It's cool, that's what I tell them, no rules. Break them up.
Big O Tires has got a good deal for you right now. $100 savings, great savings off select set of tires at Big O Tires. Go to bigotires.com/deals to see all the deals. They got all the name brand tires, plus they have the Big O tire. Big O Tires does more than just tires, though. They'll work on your car. They got mechanics there ready to help you out. They can do oil changes, brakes, alignment, a lot of things at Big O Tires. Cabot and Conway, two great locations. In Conway, they're on Harkrider, and Cabot, it's Prospect Court right in front of Kroger. Go check out our friends at Big O Tires, the team we trust.
This is Travis Kelce's girlfriend. He made her. It's 11:55. Second hour almost in the books. I've got some sound from KJ Jefferson talking to some of his supporters, and we will let you listen in on that to start the third hour. So don't go anywhere. You want to definitely catch that. It is some very intense stuff. Very intense stuff. Don's in Little Rock. Don, welcome.
Hey, I hope KJ Jefferson has a great game down in Mississippi, his home state. I hope the players and the coaching staff want to win this game badly. And it would be an awesome thing if they could figure out a way to do it. It looks like the odds are probably against them. I don't know if the guys could, on the Hill, can you bring back former players and have them talk to some of the team like a Dan Hampton? Can you bring a Dan Hampton in and for a few days and let him talk to the defensive line, or can you bring in a Darren McFadden or something like that to do a little coaching, a little pep rally or something like that? That might be something they might consider. I'm curious about Coach Kelley there. Coach, I don't know how why are you not still at the Patriots? And beyond that, why are you not still at I think some South Carolina team you went to for a moment or two? What happened in those locations?
South Carolina, I resigned. Didn't like the way things were going. I didn't do a good job there. Don't get me wrong. I did a bad job. Learned a lot from there. Went to the Patriots. And the biggest, the number one thing was I wasn't going to be able to see my daughter graduate high school. And as a coach, I've missed so many performances, dance plays, this kind of stuff. I wasn't going to miss it again, and that wasn't an option for me, so I called it. And that was a fantasy job. But I will say this, I learned as much of those 2 years as I learned the last 10 coaching in high school, but not because I knew how to look at the things differently and stuff. But that's where it is.
Hey, I bet you it's pretty tough coaching up there on Belichick's property, I imagine. And for the Patriots, what was that experience like?
Fantastic. I walked in wanting to learn every day. And I did learn a lot every single day. And, I like it because it's a business approach. I've been in a couple of NFL buildings before, man. It's different in there. It's a lot different. They're not having a great year this year. Last year was a little bit down for them, but I've got no doubt that they'll pick it back up. I loved watching my two favorite team, the Cowboys and the Patriots, play last week, and it was win-win for me because somebody was going to win, but I wanted to be a little closer than that.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Don, we got to run. I appreciate your call, sir.
Hey, you bet you. Have a great day. Get in the zone. All right.
Christian, I think that's going to be a liner. Let's get it on. I like that. And the thing is, look, the guy was complaining, sensitive Sally earlier was mad because we gave Brent a hard time for saying Arkansas should leave the SEC so they can win a few more ball games. Well, that's what you get. But when you get a great call, we tip our cap. I mean, come on. This is not we don't do participation trophies in the zone. You got to earn it. And that was a kick butt call right there. And he capped it off. Put a little cherry on top. Boom. Coming up. KJ Jefferson gets a speaking to by one of his closest friends.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor-on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
It's almost time for the Arkansas State Fair, kicking off October 13th. Get ready for all the things you love, the rides, the music, and most of all, the great fair food. For complete details, go to arkansasstatefair.com. The Arkansas State Fair. See y'all there.
It's Kayak Chaos at Arts Marine. Pick your perfect kayak from their large inventory and start exploring the natural state. Right now, get 20% off feel-free kayaks. We also slash prices on Moken 10 and Lure 10 kayaks. Your granddaddy trusted Arts Marine, so should you.
Get in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore every day from 10 to 1. Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studios on 103.7 The Buzz.
The fine art of armchair quarterbacking.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
Baptist Health is offering free flu shots for anyone 12 or older all throughout the month of October. They'll be holding clinics today from 10 until noon at the East Little Rock Community Center and Thursday morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Stuttgart Public Library. For more information on future clinics, visit baptist-health.com. A Conway woman is $100,000 richer. The woman, identified only as Joanna J., matched 4 white balls and the Powerball in September 30th drawing, good for that $100,000 prize. She says she and her best friend Leanne decided to buy the ticket, and they plan to use the prize on a vacation and bills. The next Powerball drawing is tonight with a $1.2 billion grand prize on the line. We'll have those winning numbers for you on Channel 7 News at 10. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Scattered showers the next few days, along with a cool down. Today, a 50% chance of off and on rain, a high of 82. Tomorrow, that high drops to 75 with an even better rain chance. Then sunny again by Friday and the weekend. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
The Grove Hunting Club in Jefferson County has over 12,000 acres of waterfowl hunting just a short hour away from Little Rock. The Grove recently added a new pro shop and 4 bedrooms to their 13,000 square foot main lodge. The main also has a custom locker room. The Grove added 4 new private cabins for couples, or you can stay in the second lodge that's 1,800 square feet. Book your next hunting trip at The Grove. Call 870-692-3221 or email thegrovehuntingclub@gmail.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rumors are true. Your favorite sports bar is coming to North Little Rock. Brewski's is proud to announce a second location is coming to the Lakewood Shopping Center, and it won't be too long where you can get the same great pub grub, happy hour specials, and late night fun when it comes to North Little Rock. Voted the #1 sports bar in Little Rock for the last 4 years to catch all the games all year long. Get ready, North Little Rock. Brewski's North is coming soon. Brewski's, you're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Have you gone all summer long and you've had pain in your knees, your back, your hips, maybe even your shoulder? Well, why don't you try to get rid of that pain? Hey, everybody, it's RJ Hawk. I've been talking about QC Kinetics now for quite some time, and I've got friends, family members across the country that are using QC Kinetics right now, and it is changing their life. And the best part? No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. Think about that for a minute. And people are feeling like they're self again with no pain. QC Kinetics doesn't just mask the pain. These treatments go to the very root of the problem, using concentrated healing properties in your own body to go directly to those joints and restore and repair those damaged tissues. Listen, life is about motion, and QC Kinetics is giving people their lives back with these all-natural treatments. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing. Have you been denied a new roof by your insurance company after storm damage? You won't be denied at Shamrock Roofing. Give us a call or visit us at shamrockroofer.com. Right now, we're offering a free impact-resistant roof upgrade. Plus, if you've been denied coverage by your insurance company after the storms, you automatically qualify to win a new roof for free. Just visit shamrockroofer.com for details. Shamrock Roofing, where one call does it all at shamrockroofer.com.
There's nothing quite like outdoor living, and at Razorback Camper Sales, we've been bringing the camping lifestyle to families for over 50 years. We're Arkansas's oldest family-owned RV dealer with the best parts and service department in the state. Razorback Camper Sales has everything you need for travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
You're in the zone. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, but a picture connects. Never ask.
It is a What the Hell Wednesday. Kevin Kelley here. Thank you to the Little Rock Athletic Club, Coach. I know you love those folks out there, and we do too. It's great having you every week. Today, obviously, as good as it gets. Love your passion. Love your insight. Like you a lot too.
It's nice. Very nice of you. No, it's easy. You know, that's why. Isn't that why football's great, though? I mean, sports, but football, the passion it brings out in people, we care. And it's nice when we all care about something we don't care about. At that moment, none of the Razorbacks fans care about politics, religion, this, that, the other. We care about what's going on with our football teams. And I think that's cool. I think that's the greatest thing about sports is it brings people together, oftentimes in negative ways towards their team. But, you know, and we're not negative towards the team. People go, y'all aren't fans for complaining or criticizing or telling what you think. That doesn't mean you're fans. That means you're a big freaking fan because you're willing to get out there. Because I'm going to get some hate mail later on. I mean, I have no doubt I'm going to get some hate mail, some hate bulletin board stuff, but that's not what it's about. Well, all we want is we're all pulling for them to do well. Y'all get paid to tell what you think. I get paid a little baby bit to tell what I think, and it's okay. That's the freedom of sports and the passion in America and all this kind of stuff. But thank you to Little Rock Athletic Club. It is rainy outside. Mm-hmm. This is why you want to have a place like that. They got indoor tennis, indoor pickleball, place to work out, and it's the best of the best. Contact Frank Lawrence. They will set you up. That said, we need a Razorback game in immense pouring rain. It's the great equalizer.
I love it. Let's go. Sloppy. I like. What are we giving away today during birthdays, Christian?
You sent me an email about something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is we're giving away.
Oh, yes. It was 2 tickets to Paradise. It was to go see a speaker, actually, at
UCA
Are we doing
tomorrow.
that for birthday trivia, or are we doing?
Yeah, we can do it for birthday trivia, or we can do it for whatever. We can do that with some UCA tickets for the football game this weekend. How about that?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be joined by Jesse Washington. Coach, do you know him?
I do not.
Christian, are you familiar with him?
I'm not.
He's a writer that he's done stuff for ESPN. He's done stuff for a few different outlets. He's written a couple of books. But anyway, really interesting guy. He's going to join us in studio tomorrow. He's going to be at the Wingate Center for Fine and Performing Arts at UCA. Tickets are $15 for adults, $5 for students and kids. Brooklyn native, and has written. He wrote a book about John Thompson, among other things, the great Georgetown coach. But anyway, he's a guy that's done some things involving very, very in tune with like race and things like that. And so he's written a lot of interesting things. Interesting guy. Should be a good visit tomorrow. I'm looking forward to having him in studio. But anyway, he's going to be here, and he's going to be speaking at UCA tomorrow, so we'll give away some tickets to that as part of it. Couple quick calls. Entertainment report, birthdays. I got a conversation that KJ Jefferson had with a big supporter because, again, what has been the theme of the day today? Is it on KJ? Yeah, is it KJ? Is the O-line? Is the play calling? Well, most people agree it ain't KJ. So we're going to hear from KJ in a conversation in a moment. Savage, what's up?
What's going on, fellas? Real quick. Coach, we watched Saban, and he kind of rules, through fear. And Sam said he's come out and said that that's not his personality. What's your coach's philosophy on should you, not be scared of you, but respect you enough to where you don't let somebody down? Do you think screaming at a kid or getting in a coach's rear end, to get him on the same page where you're at? What's your thoughts on that? I'll get off here.
Well, I did a lot of corporate speaking, and one of the things I tell them is leadership is leadership, and there's two ways to get to be a leader. You want to get people to be their best and to get them to be on the same page and get them to do stuff. But there's two ways to get them to do it. You can motivate them to want to do it. If that doesn't work, you have to make them do it with fear. And you got to have both. The first one is obviously the best one, inspiration, motivation. Mm-hmm. But if that doesn't work, you've got to be the bad guy and you got to use some fear. And that's what I think some coaches miss out on. And it's not Sam's personality, but he's got to find a way to be who he needs to be, not who you always are. And I think that's, like I'm a natural jackass. I've got to find a way to be nice sometimes. Mm-hmm. And, Justin, you know where I'm coming from. Isn't that you?
Sadly, I do.
But seriously,
that's the most honest thing you've ever said
to be a good leader, you have to be who you need to be when you need to be, no matter what they're all saying. But there's times you have to be who you are. But again, you have to be who you have to be, even if it's not you sometimes.
Sometimes you have to be nice guy. Did you see the incident with Trent Dilfer over the weekend?
No, but I used to be not a Dilfer fan. Now I'm a Dilfer fan. Hope it's good.
He had a lot of success in high school. He was a back-to-back national champion over in Nashville at Lipscomb Academy.
Yeah.
Well, now he's at UAB, and there was video of him going absolutely ape this weekend on his special teams guy. It was a tirade it was a 4th and 2, and they had a substitution infraction, and it cost him. Tulane got a first down. They come back in the game after UAB had been leading, and he flipped out. And my thing is, I don't want to see you talk to a kid like that, especially during the game. I certainly don't want to see you talk to another grown man like that during a game. And it's fine to be angry. And I've seen Coach Saban go off. The difference is Coach Saban's got a bunch of rings, so he can get away with a little more to me. I didn't like to see what I saw from Dilfer. I didn't like what I saw with him. There was an incident he had in high school, too, that was filmed.
I was going to say, he had another very, very similar one.
So he apologized after that when he says, I'm regretful about it, talking about the one this weekend. I'm a passionate guy. Anybody that's ever been around me as a player or a coach at ESPN, my kids will tell you this. I am a passionate person. Well, you can be passionate all you want, but you can't. And to me, if you want to go off a little bit in practice, that's one thing. But when you're out in public in front of everybody else, you're on national television, I just think you got to handle things a little bit differently. I didn't like that.
Did he go off? You said his special teams guy. Was it a player
Wes,
or coach?
His special teams guy. And I'm talking
guy, coach or player?
Coach.
Went off and again and wouldn't stop. And I was like,
yeah, it was bad.
At some point, I'm the coach. I'm like, dude, you need to watch how you're talking to me. I'm sorry I screwed up, but come on. You need to you need to cool it. It's just, you don't talk to people like that. You don't talk to grown people like that. And we get into it, but it's one thing if it's back and forth too, but when you're the boss and it's you're chewing me out and it's in the middle of the game. And I realize, emotions run high. We've seen guys I remember there's one that really sticks in my head on why this popped up, but Dwayne Wade and Spolster got into it on the sideline during a game one time. It happens, but I'm like, but my thing is the relentless, he just went after him and after him and after him. I'm like, bro, come on.
Well, I think you may be thinking of Jimmy Butler and Spo. Well, they probably got into it too, but Jimmy Butler and Spo got into
No,
it
this
like
was
a couple years
this was
ago.
several years ago.
Yeah.
But I was like, ooh, I wasn't a big Spolster fan then, but I've come
Yeah,
around.
Spolster's cool.
Yeah, you gotta give the guy his due. All right, a couple more questions here, then we're gonna roll. Clayton, what's up?
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Coach, I was just kind of piggyback on that question from the previous guy talking about Pittman. You know, he talked about that's not his personality, and I agree with you 100%. But at what point Pittman, you know, he changes his ways, you know, becomes that guy that's more demanding, this be done, that be done. Do players and coaches look, okay, who is this guy? And this is what I think will be his demise, is the fact is he changes his personality. What respect do the players and coaches lose from him and believing him and who he is and what he is if he changes and has to do that? What type of response do players and coaches get from a coach that has to make that move? And I'll hang up and listen. That's just all I wanted to hear, and I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Clayton.
That's really a tremendous question that
Tremendous.
people miss out on, because the communication is so important. And we say that about everything, but he's got to communicate to them, guys, you're going to see a different side of me. And here's why you're going to see that side of me. And I haven't done. And then when you say as a man, it's my fault, and he needs to say, it's my fault. I've been too nice. I haven't been the guy I need to be when I need to be it. So this is my fault. I take it on myself, but that's changing. But I'm not going to be the fault of this anymore. Here's what I expect. Here's what I demand. When you explain it to them and communicate with them, they're not going to lose any respect for you. Matter of fact, they may gain it. Matter of fact, there are guys on that team right now, 100% guarantee, that want that guy to come out, that are begging for that guy to come out. And if you explain it right and put it in that and take the ownership on yourself, the fault on yourself, that's another thing I told y'all it happened in 2005 whenever I learned, is I walked up and said, guys, that was not his fault. That was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the game, say, that's my fault. It's my job to get the coaches to do their job, to get y'all to do your job. And when you take blame, the players will all go, we're going to listen to this man.
Yeah,
we're behind this man. We don't want him to have to accept the blame. That's where we go from pointing fingers to going, I'm pointing it at me. Everybody starts pointing at themselves. Then you get better as a football team.
This is a conversation with KJ Jefferson. It's been a tough week for him, man. And again, when you're the quarterback, you're going to take a lot of the responsibility on yourself, right? You're going to blame yourself.
I hope so.
But I'm afraid that there are a couple other things that are really the issue.
Well, and I don't mean I hope he takes the blame in that it's his fault, but if you take blame, you'll get better.
I want him to take a responsibility for sure.
Oh, this is not your fault. Look at me, son. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault. I know. No, you don't. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault. All right? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't with me. It's not your fault. Don't with me, all right? Don't with me, Sean. Not you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
If you see KJ, you give him a hug. By God, that's tough times for him right now. It's not his fault, though. He knows it.
What movie was that?
That's good, honey. David's in Cabot. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys. Not to look at it from a different perspective, but I think part of it is KJ's fault just because he is 1 to 2 steps slower than he was as a sophomore because he's been putting on all this daggum weight, eating Skittles on the sideline.
Oh my God.
If you go back and look at the film when he was a sophomore and junior, his escapability was so much quicker, his initial burst. That's why he's used to holding the ball longer than he should, because he used to be able to be quick enough to escape. Well, now he's not quick enough to escape.
Do you think the
250 pounds instead of 235?
You think the Skittles are the issue?
Whatever he said, that's what he's addicted to.
He does love Skittles.
Skittles on the sideline.
Christian, question of the day tomorrow: is KJ a fatty? Yes or no? Put it on the board. Thanks, David.
I actually thought KJ looked smaller this year than last year.
I'm not with you on that.
No,
I'm with
You're with David?
I'm with David on that.
I think he looks bigger.
Yeah, he looks bigger.
Oh.
I'm not even saying it's a bad big. I'm just saying it's he's bigger. I think he looks bigger. I do think he looked a little quicker in the old days. Chuck. People like to eat though.
I was quicker when I was younger too. What's up, Chuck?
And pardon me if y'all have already beat this dead horse, but I took a
have a whack at it.
Okay, well, I thought the beginning of the end. Of course, everything that led up to this is a contributing factor, but the news story was it showed Sam Pittman with his head down, saying he was shutting down Twitter because of fat shaming, and I took a snapshot of that, and I was like, if there's a moment where I feel like that's the writing on the wall. So I want to ask Coach, I mean, we're not talking about a high school team here or a high school coach, but someone who is in the public media and a high profile job. Is that pretty strange? To me, it doesn't show mentally that you are fit to do. I mean, I'm not talking about Joe Biden mentally fit, but I'm talking about just
come on now.
I think you're making a point that a lot of people are thinking about, and I don't know if he did it for fat shame. I didn't see that. I just saw he was shutting down Twitter. I will say this though: I'm not going to speak to the mental capacity of somebody, and because now there's so much talk about mental health and all that stuff. But I'll say this: I do think that he was making more of a point than pleading for help in that. And what he was doing is showing an example to the players. I'm shutting it off. Y'all shut it off, all this. But I will say this. I think if you were really shutting it off because you wanted to shut it off because you didn't like what was being said and you weren't trying to make a point, I think he would have just shut it off and not said anything. Then you just turn it. If your real purpose was, I don't want to see this crap, then you just turn it off and don't say a word.
I said this weeks ago before the Twitter thing. It was after some of the comments he made towards the media where he was getting a little bit pissed off because they were asking him legitimate questions, as media members do. And let's be honest, you got a pretty kind media base in Arkansas. Yeah. Tom Murphy's a peach. He is a peach. Bob Holt is a peach. These people are easy to deal with. They're never going to be hypercritical. They're not looking to get you. They're not looking to be negative. They're not trying to tear you up or tear you down.
For 10 minutes.
My point is he needs a PR coach. And he said, well, this, he's talking about his SID. I assume he's talking about Trainer or one of the other guys. They're trying to get me to put it back on or turn it back on. And I'm like, yeah, if you'd have asked him beforehand, you would have never turned it off. Right. You also shouldn't be snapping at the media for asking legitimate questions. Even if you think they already asked the question once, answer it again. If you win 10 games a year, you won't have to answer anything. But he needs a PR coach, number one. I've had people write anonymously to me on here on our Asher Record Live fan feedback, which I appreciate. But I've had people on here say, I hope your kids get cancer. I've had crap written to me over the years. And guess what? When I was a younger person, it used to really piss me off. But now I'm almost 50 and I don't give one damn what is written to me. You have to be able to block out the noise because it doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing.
And let's go. I've had people tell me, I hope your kids go to hell. I'm like, that's about as extreme as it gets if you believe in heaven and hell, which I do. But saying that, here's what has to come with being a coach. If you want to take the $6.5 million that you got your salary basically doubled when you went 6-6 1 year. But if you want to take the $6.5 million, when you lose, you stand up there like a man and you accept responsibility. And I'm not saying that's why he turned off Twitter or this or that or mental health. I'm just saying, if you stand up there and take the money, if you win, you're going to stand up there and reap the glory and the benefits.
And read your
you
Twitter.
Have to take responsibility when it doesn't go well because you're still getting your money. And you're still up there. Don't get pissed off at them. Like you said, if you don't want to be asked a dumb question you think about going forward on 4th and 1 and run up the middle for the third time in a week when nobody in America thinks you should have done it because it may or may not have been the dumbest call they've seen in football this year, or make the first down. It's not hard. But if you do, then don't take your paycheck and say, I'm not taking a paycheck this week. Don't ask me any bad questions. I donate the money back to the University of Arkansas. Then nobody's going to ask any dumb questions. I doubt anybody's doing that.
Yeah.
Go.
I know you said mental health, and that's a huge, broad, vague term. I'm not implying that he's not in any kind of medical.
I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were either, so I wouldn't worry about that.
I'm just trying to say being in the mindset of being a high college coach, being paid just exactly what you said. Not able to take it. You can take the money, but not take the heat at times. And if the little things like that are bothering you, I mean, I understand that any threats and all that, and I can understand that Justin, all that's crap. But unfortunately, we live in a society of stupid people, and so you know, I don't know. Just like you said, there's got to be some PR because you're dealing with a lot of people that are paying you a lot of money to deal with it. So that's my only thought is, I think we got bigger fish to fry than. And I'll text y'all the little snapshot I took. I think it was KTV. I don't know who it was, but that was exactly the terms. He was shutting it off because of fat shaming.
Yeah.
And I thought, if this is our
he's referenced it for sure.
If this is our emphasis of the program, maybe the offensive line might be a little bit better topic than talking about fat shaming. So that's my point.
Thanks, Chuck. Although the offensive linemen are big people, we're not talking about them. I just got a really nice note from someone who says, I, for one, hope your kids do not get cancer. Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
So from your son?
No. I'm sure he feels the same.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
All right, Coach, question of the day today. Do you think the Ryder Cup guys should get paid, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Appreciate your answer. You could be wrong, but I agree with you. Listen to this. Let me ask you this. Does your wife have a sister?
Yes.
Do you think if you had gone out with one of her sisters 3 or 4 times that she would have gone out with you afterwards?
I'm a tough catch, so probably yes, but I'd say 99% of the men, no.
Only you. Only you. Travis Barker is married to Kourtney Kardashian, who is my favorite Kardashian, frankly. But in 2007, he went on some dates with Kim, apparently. I had no idea about this.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. He says nothing happened. And this was right after Kim's sex tape had come out. And they had apparently been on double dates. He was dating Paris Hilton one time, and Kim was still dating Ray J. He said she was so kind and polite. I just felt like being a perfect gentleman around her. It was a trip. Are we really going to believe that he didn't kiss her or anything? I just think that's super weird.
Taking the man at his word.
Tonight is the drawing for the Powerball. Somebody up in Conway made $100,000 the other day, which is a pittance comparatively to the total amount available. $1.2 billion. And
I'm playing it. I haven't played it in 2 years. I'm playing it today. Is it today?
Yeah, tonight.
I'm playing it today just because I had to state it. If I state it, I'll do it. I'll play it today.
Here's
$5.
the thing. If you win it and you happen to be a college football coach, you don't have to ever be on Twitter again because you're going to be rich. You can hang it up.
I think he's already rich.
Yeah.
You don't even know who I'm talking about.
If I win, I'm paying off you guys your biggest ticket item you own. You owe money.
Okay.
My house?
Yep.
My house.
Yep.
Thank you.
That'll be a
You're
drop
welcome.
in the bucket for you.
All three of y'all. It's my deal with y'all.
Thank you, Coach. I'll hold you to that. We have it on tape. That's a binding contract.
I'll take it.
You will?
But you should spend $6. Get 2 tickets.
Okay,
$3 a ticket.
$3 a ticket? Holy freak.
If you get the multiplier.
Yeah, I don't get the
All
multiplier.
right,
Let's
I'll
do
do
$2. Let's do $2.
I'm gonna do
Well,
it
the
now.
people in Conway would have only won 50,000.
Well, I just
But
if I win
they
the
spent
if I win
extra
the
dollar and got 100,000.
if I win the big amount, it'll be
$9.
fine.
I'm doing $9. Getting 3 tickets.
Ed Sheeran says that he does not really smoke weed, but he says when you're with Snoop Dogg, you have to, right? You do. I had a buddy that one time got invited up to Dizzy Gillespie's room when he was in town playing a show years and years and years ago. And he pulled out a tray full of weed, and he asked him if he was working, but he asked him if he wanted to smoke weed with him. He's like, I really shouldn't. I'm working. And he said, you got to get high with the Diz. And so I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I smoke some weed. Anyway, Ed Sheeran says he doesn't normally smoke weed, but apparently when Snoop asks, you do it. He says, I really don't smoke at all, but who couldn't help but want to get high with Snoop? I was in his dressing room, and they're just smoking blunt for blunt for blunt for blunt. And I'm like, I guess at some point during the night I have to. So I smoked with Snoop Dogg. He says after drinking some wine and chatting with Snoop, he says, do you want some? And I was like, now's the time. So I have a bit, and I was like, I don't feel too bad. This is good. Then I have a little more, and then I have a little more, and a little more. I just remember looking at him and being like, I can't see right now. Ed Sheeran and Snoop Dogg. That's a combo I did not put together. I'll say this about that nerdy redhead, Ed Sheeran. He seems like a really cool dude. I actually would like to have a beer with him. He seems like an all right guy.
Would you want to smoke weed with them, though?
I don't really want to smoke weed with anybody.
I don't think he had to actually smoke the weed if he was in the room. Because, I was in Colorado with Basil. We're going down this gondola thing. I'm in a gondola.
How much weed did he smoke?
No.
Liar.
But he gets on one and I miss it. So I get on the next one. And it's a group of guys smoking weed on the gondola, and I was pissed. Opened the door, nearly froze to death. It was like 2 degrees. And it's the only time I've ever been high on weed. I've never smoked weed before or anything like that. I hated it. I was like, what is going on? It was awful.
Did you say it like that? You were already high.
No, it was like an hour's worth. They took videos of me and they were laughing at me, you know, David and everybody, Roger, they were giggling and laughing, thought that was all funny. It was awful. I don't know why anybody wants to do it. It was terrible.
Were you tired?
I couldn't even think straight. I was like cloudy.
Did you want to go to sleep?
No, I wanted to go kill those guys.
Must have been a sativa then. Anyway.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I
I
hear.
don't know what that means.
I don't either. Anyway, well, I'm glad you made it. Glad you survived. Glad you have the drug test. Run Kid Champion.
It was awful.
Oh, man, no. It's all right. It's probably a good experience for you.
It was not.
I realized that I absolutely am an idiot, and I didn't print birthday trivia, so we're going to do it anyway. I got it here. I'll make it work.
How are we doing it? Can we start off with a 10-point lead?
No. God, ridiculous.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
You really like this jam, huh? 661-1037. If you are the winner today, you're going to get tickets to go see Jesse Washington, who is speaking tomorrow. I think you'll really enjoy it. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. And if you don't know, you think you're going to enjoy it, I think you'll know after he comes on the show tomorrow. 661-1037. Also have football tickets.
You'll also get UCA football tickets.
UCA SEMO.
You get both.
By the way, their basketball tickets just went on sale, I noticed. They have 3 different ticket options. The season ticket plan, mini plan, single game tickets. I mean, $15 to go see some hoops up the road. Come on.
Who's their biggest opponent this year?
Their biggest opponent.
You know, they
Who's
played
the most
Baylor and Duke in the
popular?
past few
They're
years.
playing Oklahoma and Kansas State back-to-back.
Wow.
Going to Hawaii this year.
Wow. You going?
Maybe.
You've been planning this for years.
It depends if football's deep in the playoffs, so hopefully not. Hopefully football's rolling, but we'll see.
Self-sacrifice. Good for you.
That's me, Coach. Unless they want to private jet me from a Saturday football game to the Sunday basketball game in Honolulu.
Doubt that happens.
I would be about that. I need one more player, 661-1037. I guess we can put Jake in there, huh?
Let me be on Christian's team today.
Nope.
Let me be on Wes's team.
Coach, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right. This woman's an actress. You've seen her naked. If you saw 50 Shades of Grey, it is a terrible movie. Her dad is a famous actor. His name is Don Johnson. Mom is Melanie Griffith. Dakota Johnson, Christian. Very good. How old is Dakota today? Have you ever seen 50 Shades of Grey?
I watched like 3/4 before I finally, in agony, turned it off.
I watched less than 1/4, and I was like, this is horrendous. Who thought this was worth watching?
What are we doing? And then they made like 50 Shades of Grey and Silver or something.
What was the one? What was the parody one? It was like 50 Shades of Black.
Yeah.
Now that I would watch.
There was 2 or 3 movies. I saw one of them in theaters because I was on a date, but that was it.
That was a long time ago.
I did
don't
not
remember
see
which
it.
one.
Were you on a date with Cheris or someone else? Okay.
Wes didn't say anything. Did Wes like that movie?
I bet he never saw it. Oh, he did.
Oh, you liked the movie.
Oh.
He liked
He's
the
got a red
movie.
room at his house. What do you think? Why do you think he built the
my
house? He's like, just think, Allison, we can put a red room in. She's like, cool.
You liked the movie.
He did. That's why he's
I didn't say that.
Don't be afraid to admit it.
Yeah,
If you
red
did,
face,
you
red
did.
room, right?
We'll make fun of you, but say it.
I didn't even see the first one, but I saw the second one.
Did you like the movie, Christian? Christian, did you
go back and watch the first one?
Yeah.
Did you like the movie, Christian?
No, I didn't.
So we got 3 out of 4 that didn't like it, but Wes won't give us his yes or no.
WM likes S&M. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hello.
It was the same thing with the Twilight series. I saw the last movie, and I saw the first movie. That was it.
The last one was the worst one.
And it was because I was on a date.
Wes, tell me about Dakota.
She is 10 years ago, probably 40.
38?
37.
34, Coach.
Yes. Can we stop now?
This former NBA MVP now plays down the road a piece in Memphis.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, Christian. How old?
Derrick Rose. He is. Ooh.
Oh, young.
He's 33.
Nope, Coach.
34.
Nope, Wes.
32.
35, Coach Kelley.
Can we please stop now?
No, you're tied for the lead anyway.
I know. I'll take it.
This actress Pretty bright, I think, actually.
Melody Griffith.
But she played in a movie called Clueless.
Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone, Coach, is how old today?
She's in.
Hey,
a
Bingo
movie-
Bango put you in the lead.
She's on a new Netflix show called Reptile. A new movie. called
I saw
Reptile.
the tease for that. I haven't seen that.
I watched it.
I'm glad she's still acting because I think she took some time off after
Good.
she had
Yeah, I
kids.
think she took a lot of time off.
Yeah, she's in. She was in Batman and Robin
She's
too.
got to be.
She doesn't claim it though, probably.
She's got to be. God, is she older than me or younger than me? I think she's a little older. I'm gonna go with 55.
No. Wes.
48.
No, Chris.
47.
Bingo Bango.
Way older than her.
Yeah, you are.
I look younger.
No, you definitely do not.
From the shoulders down, I look younger.
Mm-hmm. This woman's an actress, and she slept with 2 men in the same film because she was a hoe.
Well, that tells about all the movies in the world.
There's quite a few movies where this happens.
I can't think of that, actually. I can't think of 3 films where a woman slept with more than one guy. Name me one. You can't think of any. You ever see Bull Durham?
Yeah. Susan Sarandon?
That's right, Christian.
Oh, I
But
thought
she
you were
met-
just asking him a random question.
She
I'm
met
an
her.
idiot.
She met her future husband in the movie, though. How old Susan Sarandon was? She's Academy Award winner, Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
Great actress in real life. In that one particular movie. She was baseball
Thelma and
Annie.
Louise?
What?
Did she win for Thelma and Louise?
No, she won for not The Client. The other movie she did that was a legal
Pelican
thriller.
Brief?
No, that was
No,
Julia
that was
Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Anyway,
73.
Dead Man Walking. Okay.
77?
Yes, she is. Bingo. Christian, you're in Fuego. You are in Fuego. All right. Let me get this one in here.
I suck at this game.
Yeah. All right. This guy is celebrating today.
Roscoe! And you killed Ace!
Two-time Academy Award winner.
Your brother once he threatened to shoot me. And I do
Christoph
believe one
Waltz?
of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 witnesses who can attest to
Say
that.
again?
Christoph Waltz?
Right.
Busted! No doubt. Now, if you could keep your caterwauling down to a minimum, I'd like to
Caterwauling.
finish my line of inquiry with young Django. As I was saying, if you were to see the little brothers again, you could recognize him. Sold American! So, Mr. Speck, how much for young Django here?
How old is Christoph Waltz?
Christoph Waltz. I watched Inglourious Basterds last week.
He won an Academy Award for that as well.
Yeah, he was great.
And for Django, I guess?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. He was Inspector also.
He owes his career to Quentin Tarantino.
I would say so. Christoph Waltz, although I think he's famous overseas for movies.
Yes, he has a lot of German films he's done.
Christoph
or Austrian.
Waltz is
Or whatever. Foreign.
Is
European.
62.
You already won. Just give me a number.
62.
Go ahead.
God, you already won.
Well, I mean, it's over. Yeah.
63.
64.
7. Hey, Wes.
Hey, got
you
on
shut up.
board.
Christian, dominating performance today once again.
Did I
Coach,
beat Wes?
it's too bad you
Yep.
weren't on. Yeah, you did. Too bad you weren't on Christian's team today, Coach. That'd have been great. You guys would
Was
roll.
Lane with me?
Yes, Lane was. Let's.
Susan Sarandon won for Dead Men Walking, by the way.
I think I said that.
He
didn't I?
did say
You did
that.
say
You
that.
did say
I eventually
that.
got there.
You did say that. Christian tuned you out.
Just the story of my life, Coach.
I tune you out sometimes. When I'm here and when you're just on the radio. When I'm driving.
Why don't you get in the car and beat it? And then when you're listening, you can hear the what the hell segment.
I need some positive. I'm heading to Vegas. We're seeing U2 tomorrow at the Sphere.
Oh,
yeah,
I am
baby.
so jealous.
My greatest birthday present I've ever gotten my wife, ever.
High five. That is awesome.
I'm jacked about it.
Congratulations.
And if I get lucky, I'll win a little money in the college football. I need your best bet. By the way, did we talk about the best bet, your best bet, my best bet going mano-a-mano?
Good job, Coach. LSU sucks, and Ole Miss was the pick.
Did we talk about that?
Give me a pick this week.
Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't. Just now.
We didn't talk about that?
I gave you credit right after the game
Thank
by
you.
text. Give
I
it
know
to-
I wanted one on the air.
Okay, you got
I'm
it.
searching for positivity.
Give me a win for this week. I need it. I got Michigan
Let's-
minus 19.5.
That's your best bet?
Yeah, at Minnesota. I think they're going to beat them 35-7. What do you like?
I want to go to the Alabama Texas A&M game.
You like Alabama?
I think Alabama crushes them.
Crushes them.
Crushes. I may be wrong.
In College Station.
I need. Yeah, I know. That's why the line's only 2.5. I can't believe it's a weird line. Don't
It
get me
is.
wrong. That's one of those you're like, oh my gosh.
It's like the
I do want to see who
Jets
Alabama
line.
plays next week. They play Arkansas after that, so it's not really a look ahead game.
No, we got to go. Thank you, Coach. Safe travels. Take lots of pictures. I want to see the Sphere.
Well,
Let me tell you about Cash. I know you love Cash, Coach. Big fan. And if you are looking to book a party for the holiday season, again, I say it every day, there are only so many dates around the holiday season, so you better jump on it. Get yours at 501-850-0265 or cashlittlerock.com, C-A-C-H-E, littlerock.com. Free valet parking, absolutely. Great food and locally owned. They've got a smaller venue, the 30-room Bayou Room. You can go in there for a fun contemporary setting. And upstairs, it's wide open up there. You got your own bar. You got the outside setting, you got the inside. 150 people comfortably, absolutely fantastic space for a private affair. So if you're doing a wedding rehearsal or maybe a rehearsal dinner, or a rehearsal dinner rather, or a wedding function of any sort, corporate events, absolutely. And of course, holiday events, also the spot. It is Cash, Little Rock. Get on it. And a great place for lunch or dinner as well in downtown with free valet parking. Go by and see our friends or book your soiree today. What the hell coming up?
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 103.7 The Buzz. Presented by Beachwood Pinnacle Hotels. America's team on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson met with the media yesterday and talked about the offensive struggles.
It's pretty frustrating at times, of course. I mean, just knowing that a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball, and when things not going our way, it kind of gets frustrating at times. But, I mean, it's football. I mean, it's a roller coaster. I mean, so the main thing, we want to try to take control of the roller coaster and stay level-headed, stay neutral.
The Arkansas offense will try to get back on track Saturday against Ole Miss at 6:30. For more updates on Arkansas football, listen to Sam Pittman live tonight at 7 o'clock on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Roger Scott is at it again with his Razorback Song of the Week, presented by Dr. Jimmy Tucker at Ortho, Arkansas. Join Morning Mayhem each week as the smooth, dulcet tones of Roger Scott bring you his Razorback Song of the Week. It's all brought to you by Dr. Jimmy Tucker at Ortho, Arkansas, and your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Hunter's Refuge in Whitehall is having a massive hunting sale Wednesday through Saturday. Great deals on rifles and muzzleloaders, select scopes up to 40% off. Hunting clothes, guns, blinds, accessories are on sale. Save up to 75% off casual clothing and shoes. Enter and store at Hunter's Refuge to win prizes including a Vortex Experience trip. Hunters, scope out the goods at huntersrefuge.com. Hunter's Refuge Hunting Sale Wednesday through Saturday, presented in part by Drake Waterfowl.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Do you own or operate Max, Volvos, Freightliners, Kenworths, Peterbilts, or international trucks? We can offer you the same dealership level computer diagnostics with highly trained and professional mechanics without dealership wait times and cost. Whether you're a municipality, fleet, or small business with one truck, come see why our customers have made us the highest rated independent repair shop in Arkansas. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Take exit 7 on I-440 or call 568-2185.
What's good, y'all? Clint Sterner here for Low T Center. Fellas, when it comes to your health, every man should know his testosterone number. What's that mean? It's simple. You need to schedule an appointment at Low T Center immediately. It's quick. It's easy. Hell, it's only $25. Walk in, take a simple blood test, get the results in about 25 minutes. So if you've been feeling tired and grumpy, sensing a lack of motivation and drive, dealing with high cholesterol, noticing stubborn weight gain and or loss of muscle mass, it's on you, fellas. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Looking for somewhere new downtown to hang out with all of your friends for football? Then there's only one place, and that's Little Rock's newest neighborhood sports bar, The Busker on South Main. The Busker features an upscale bar menu with great beer, wine, and cocktail selections, as well as weekday happy hours from 4 till 7 and late nights from 10 till close. So watch all your favorite college and NFL games on the Sunday Ticket this fall, where you won't miss a minute of the action on their big screen TVs. All this, including live music on the weekends, can only be found at The Busker on South Main.
Welcome back to the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, home of the Zone. Can't get enough of us on the radio? Follow us on Twitter at JustinAcree7, at Wes_more, and at CWeaver1037.
Don't need help tomorrow. If you're paying over 8% on your auto loan, stop right now and call True Service Community Federal Credit Union. They may be able to lower your rate and your payment.
They're saving an average of $2,500 in interest on auto loans. You can also improve your home with the True Service Home Equity Loan. Get a new pool, new flooring, maybe a custom shower or a kitchen remodel. Get one of the lowest interest rates in the nation with a True Service Visa Platinum card. They offer balance transfers with no fees, no over-limit fees, and no annual fees. It's simple to become a member these days. It's not like the old days where you had to be grandfathered in or work for a certain employer. True Service Community Federal Credit Union has 3 locations. In Little Rock, they're by the Butcher Shop. In North Little Rock, it's JFK, and they're also on the campus of Hendrix College. You can apply online at trueservice.net. Get pre-approved today.
What the hell, bro?
What the hell's going on here?
What the hell's the matter with you?
By the way, this segment is my favorite segment of the week, and it is highly sponsorable. But it don't happen right now. Don't be afraid of the edgy. Don't be afraid of the edgy. We've got our clip of the day, don't we, Christian? Kevin Kelley going off. I love wound up Kevin Kelley. 661-1037. You can join us on the other side of the break if you'd like to. John Neighbors will join us in a moment as well. This is a wild story, boys. A wild story from Walt Disney World. One more reason not to go. A female thrill seeker is looking for $50,000 because she claims she suffered horrific injuries after a 40-mile-per-hour water slide gave her a wedgie. The wedgie was so severe that she is now suing Disney. Her name is Emma McGinnis. She was celebrating her 30th birthday at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon in Orange County. She experienced immediate and severe pain internally, and as she stood up, blood began rushing between her legs because of the injury while going down the slide. I'm sorry. This is not funny. I mean, the impact of the slide and her impact into the standing water at the bottom of the slide caused Miss McGinnis's clothing to be painfully forced between her legs and for water to be violently forced inside her. She experienced immediate and severe pain internally, and as she stood up, blood began rushing from between her legs. The lawsuit said that the slide carries specific risks, whether riders cross their legs or not, that Disney should have known about, and they did not disclose those risks to the guests. Multiple bloggers have shared videos of their own trips down the risky Humunga Kawabunga water slide.
Great name.
And none have reported being badly injured by it. That is one atomic wedgie right there, my friend.
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. I think I have another theory on it, and I'm not going to repeat it on the air in mixed company, but I'll tell you off the air what I think happened. Okay. And I think it's not the first time that somebody sued because they were embarrassed. There's a 77-year-old Florida man who's really in big trouble, and he may be doing hard time in the not-too-distant future, Christian. He was trying to give away, or sell, rather, $1,800 worth of black market erectile dysfunction drugs.
Black market. What is that, like rhino pills?
Like, like on the under the table.
Well, I know. I'm just like, what were the drugs?
I don't know.
How much?
$1,800 doesn't seem like that much. Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Reggie Kinser bought Snovitra 20, Velitra 20, and Camagra oral jelly with the intent to sell them locally and outside the Sunshine State. Senior was featured alongside his wife Ann in 2021 film Some Kind of Heaven, which focused on 4 unconventional residents of America's largest retirement community. I guess because he's trying to sell it outside the state that he's facing the hard time.
That is a pretty good idea, though. Go to the retirement communities.
Yeah,
So
I think that's a hot spot. Yep. He's a devotee of Kung Fu. I mean, apparently they did a whole video thing on this guy. Anyway, but he's facing some trouble now, so we'll see what shakes out there. A Florida man is in trouble. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It is absolutely horrific. 27-year-old Jesse Montez Thornton II violently attacked a 63-year-old man at the AMC Pompano Beach Theater on July 10th. Florida man story.
Yeah.
The victim told deputies that he thought he bought VIP tickets that included advanced seating for a film. When he got in the theater, he noticed a man and a woman in the seats, and he politely asked them to move. Witnesses told deputies the man became hostile, stood up, and got in his face. And then the argument turned violent. He was seen towering over the victim and repeatedly punching him in the face. The after effects were awful. He was just completely covered in blood. Shirt's covered in blood, face covered in blood, big gash in his head. So they eventually found this 27-year-old idiot. I mean, what kind of moron do you have to be? The guy asks you to move seats because he's reserved that particular seat in a theater, and he's 63. What kind of tough guy are you beating up a guy in a theater like that? That's like the idiot security guard at the Ole Miss game the other day that, like, couldn't lay a hand on 4 guys that ran by him, but he's able to hip check a chick to the ground. Come on. Have a little respect for yourself. This one I applaud. And a lot of you ladies out there can relate. A Veneta Park woman in St. Louis County, Missouri, is charged with felony assault after allegedly driving away from an argument and traveling several miles with her husband still in the hood of the car. 38-year-old Stephanie Boyd's been charged with first-degree domestic assault and resisting arrest by fleeing. She's got a $100,000 bond. Prosecutors said a Berkeley police investigation showed Boyd and her husband got in an argument at their home. She then allegedly got in the car to leave and drove off with him on the hood. That's on him. Nobody told you to get on the hood, dummy. Let her leave if she wants to leave. I'd say it's false imprisonment on his part, trying to hold her down. No, you're not leaving. Can't leave here. Oh, yes, I can. I'm a grown woman. You better get off the hood of my car, son. I will drive down the road. They showed Bird drove on the interstate.
Oh, God.
She traveled 4.6 miles before she exited. During the drive, she passed through a construction zone and drove recklessly with her spouse on the hood. Is there any other way? She's like, get this son of a bitch off my door. I think that's on him. That's on him. I think she should be exonerated. You jump on the hood of a car, you're asking for it. You're not jumping on the hood of the car to dent the car. You're jumping on the hood of the car thinking, you won't leave? Bull crap. Watch me. I think he asked for it. I have no issue with her. I think she should be completely cleared on all charges.
I'm pretty impressed that he managed to hold on, though.
That's also true. Now, I don't know how fast she was going.
What if he was just standing in front of the car and she took off and he had to jump on the hood to keep from getting run over?
I don't have any indication of that, Wes. This says that he jumped on the hood. Last but not least, this goes back to our guy in Florida. If you're over the age of 60, you might benefit from having a lot of sex. According to a new study, sex for those between 62 and 70 is closely linked to mental sharpness. A medical contributor, Dr. Mike Sirigliano of the University of Pennsylvania of Medicine, has conducted research on the topic for years, and he's confirmed sexual activity is a form of physical exercise and it's good for your brain. So if you're a 70-year-old guy and you're trying to get
sharper,
Martha, to get down, just tell her, hey, it's for my brain, honey. It's for my brain. No, the other one.
Yeah, thinking with both of them.
Exactly. 12:51. We're out of time. That's unfortunate. John Neighbors will be along in a moment, and we'll get his thoughts on the upcoming Out of Bounds show. I'm sure it's going to be just dandy. Just dandy. Well, it is October. Today is National Golf Day. Question of the day is, do you think the Ryder Cup players should be paid? Christian, do you have an update? Let's get one for the final segment. Don't let me forget to ask about that. And I will forget. So just remind me. Just throw it in there. Maybe we can do it before we hit the break so we don't forget. Anyway, I will tell you this. They do not encourage you driving with people on the hood of your car at Gwatney Chevrolet. However, if someone jumped on the hood of your car and dented it all up and you want to trade the vehicle in, by golly, Gwatney's the spot. I bet James would agree with that. The folks at Gwatney have a whole lot of great deals going on all sorts of different vehicles, including Silverados offered at 0% with approved credit. Also, you do not have to pay for your car for the rest of the year. So you go buy it today, and you can start paying on it next year. Need a little help through the end of the season, end of the year? Maybe you want to go to a Razorback game and boom, when they don't quarterback sneak it on 4th and 1, you know what? Best way to pay for that is to not pay for your car for a while. I don't encourage booing, but I'm just saying you could do that. Or maybe you got to get ready for Christmas. Or maybe you got to buy that Thanksgiving turkey. Anyway, it's a good way to save some cash. No car payments for the rest of the year. Great financing options on all sorts of vehicles. They got low percentage rate on 23 Equinox. Huge fan of that vehicle as well. And all the bigger and smaller vehicles also, and pre-owns at Gwatney. And they're looking for some trade-ins. So if you're looking to get rid of one and get a new one, Gwatney's a good spot. They are, I wouldn't say desperate, but they're certainly eager to bring in some new vehicles. So go take advantage of Gwatney Chevrolet. They're online at GwatneyChevrolet.com.
Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer has 5 service trucks available, providing you on-site service to get you back on the road. If that doesn't do it, Stacked has a new state-of-the-art 13-bay shop for service and repair on all Class A trucks, trailers, RVs, light and medium-duty commercial vehicles, tires, brakes, AC, engine repair, transmissions, differentials, and driveline repair. Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer Repair. Get Stacked, 2 miles off 530 exit 34 in Whitehall.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See shelter agents Brian Kress or Caleb Green in North Little Rock, or in Brinkley, see agent Hunter Cornelison.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
If you're on the job day in and day out, you know living with pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulders is miserable. The good news, QC Kinetics gets it. They understand guys like you.
They don't have the luxury of taking time off. They want to keep working. We are built for those guys that want to keep working and want to stay active. So the vast majority of who we see are the blue-collar guys like me and you.
QC Kinetics uses biologic therapies, just like pro athletes have used for years, to get you lasting pain relief with no surgery.
I want you to continue working. I want you to continue exercising. The joints are made to be moved.
The treatments at QC Kinetics are fast and non-invasive.
It's not a lot of time commitment on your part. There is no downtime or recovery time. You don't need short-term disability with what we do. We want to keep you active.
Call QC Kinetics now to set up your free no-obligation consultation. Learn how you can get real pain relief and stay on the job.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Roger Scott for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union and their Casasa checking accounts. With Casasa, earn up to 6% APY. Cash rewards with no minimum balance and refunds on ATM fees. Stop by Alcoa's new branch in Sheridan and open a free Casasa checking account or apply securely online at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
Welcome back to The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network with Justin Acree and Wes Moore.
Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there, waiting for Danny the girl is singing songs to me.
All right, 12:56 out of bounds coming up next. The results so far on our poll: should the Ryder Cup rich babies be paid or not? Yes or no?
69% of voters say no. Very nice.
Thank you. See what you did there. Here's my thing: the NBA guys aren't getting paid at the Olympics. And you could say, oh, well, if they win gold, they get $32,000.
They make that in
1 second. LeBron makes $32,000 in 1 second. By the way, Michael Jordan just became a triple billionaire. I guess selling that team was the smartest thing you ever did regarding the team, yes?
I guess buying it is really the smart thing.
It's a great investment. Michael Jordan is King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. Except for Steve Kerr's face, it turned to blood after he punched it back in the day. But I'm sure Steve had it coming. Tomorrow, we are going to have a few folks on the show, and we're looking forward to it. Apparently, there's nothing happening on Out of Bounds. Or maybe John's just hurt because
John's on the road, remember? He's up there for the Red
that's
game.
right. My bad. John, I'm sorry. What a jerk. Totally forgot you were up there. John?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of. You sound like you're in a muffled can.
A muffled can.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it would sound like I'm in a muffled can, but I can work on that.
Yeah,
so hopefully I can get that fixed by the time the show starts.
Who are you talking to today?
Today, we were going to have Pat Bradley on, but we're going to do a lot of basketball talking tonight instead because Curtis Wilkerson's going to join us here live, and we'll do a little spring, or I should say red-white game reporting for Arkansas basketball tonight. So it should be great.
Sorry,
Tune in
stay
each week
tuned.
For I Didn't See That Coming on The Zone. Every Tuesday, Justin and Wes discuss those stories that cause you to raise an eyebrow. It's I Didn't See That Coming, presented by Business World, a TD SIT company. Moving technology